Hi everybody. Hi. Welcome to my channel. Just keep swimming. 11:11. So today we're going to be going into the October readings. We're always going to start with Aries because you're the first in the zodiac. I'm very excited to read for you today, Aries. I'm really excited. I feel like your energy is going to be really strong and really good because Mars in tropical is in your sign. And Mars is your ruling planet. So when you've got your ruling planet on your side, what can go wrong, right? Well, some things could go wrong. Oh, and it's 11:11. There's a good sign for you already, Aries, 11:11. So Aries, you're going to probably actually, and I'm going to start off with the bad news first. You might get into some kind of a dangerous situation, okay? It's not everybody across the board, all the Aries in the world are going to encounter a dangerous situation, but some may, okay? That could be something to do with fire, something to do with knives, something to do with war, something to do with what you see in movies. It could be a car accident, okay? It could be a house fire. It could be a bungee jumping accident. It could be maybe an avoidance. If a lot of you guys are protected by the divine, you will avoid these tragic situations, okay? It's like you'll miss a car crash by 30 seconds, or, you know, you'll escape just in the amount of time needed before something happens to the house. I don't know. But I do get this dangerous feeling, and I have to be honest. I have to be honest, Aries. Mars is war. Mars is very strong. He's the general of the sun's army. The sun is the king, and Mars is his general for his military, for his army, for getting things done. Mars is also desire, drive, determination. For those of you people that have a strong Mars somewhere, maybe even with the sun, when Mars and sun are together, especially with Mercury, you can have a winning mentality, someone that overcomes war, someone that is victorious, someone that always wins a fight, okay? So you could definitely win all the fights you encounter, all the drama you encounter, you could totally win, okay? But if Mars is debilitated in your chart, there could be some trouble there. So you're going to be feeling very strong, confident, maybe even a little arrogant. You're going to be very outspoken. You're going to be very powerful. Your presence is going to have a red kind of aura, okay? Because Mars is the red planet. So you might wear more red this month. You may just have fire in your eyes. Not literally, but fire in your eyes, meaning determination. Whatever it is that you want, Aries, I think now is the time that you're just going to go run and go get it. You're going to take what you want at any cost. It's this energy of, I want to manifest this in my life and I'm going to have it. I'm going to overcome this addiction and I'm going to do it. I'm going to overcome these shit talkers and these battles and this, media against me, and I'm going to overcome it. And I'm going to win, and I'm going to push through this. It's this powerful energy, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of oomph that Aries is having right now with Mars there in tropical. Now, in Vedic, it's still at the very tail end, okay? Well, it's kind of in the middle of Pisces, okay? Not the tail end. And this is where you're going to have very deep spiritual, transformative desires. Tantric meditation may be big for you, Aries. This is a very important breathing kind of meditative state. You practice breathing on different sides of your nostrils. You practice holding your breath and releasing. It's a lot of breath work. And it's a lot of energy with your body. And so you might be getting into that. Something to do with physical. Physically getting fit, joining a gym, working out, running, jogging, being outside. This is a time for you to be outdoors and to be more active. You're going to start doing things like sports, maybe tennis, maybe basketball, maybe football. Maybe just running with your dog, walking your dog, going on marathons, going up flights of stairs. you know, like Rocky Balboa, right? And what was that movie? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You know, Adrian at the top of the stairs. That's totally Mars, okay? Running to be the best boxer, that's Mars. So, you know, you could be doing that. You could be boating. You know, you could be surfing. You could be jet skiing. You know, but this is a time where a lot of you guys want to get outdoors. And you think, Steph, why didn't we get outdoors, you know, in the summertime? Well, Mars wasn't in his prime position in the summertime. He is now. He's moving into it. For a lot of you guys, this is just starting, okay? For those of you that are Aries tropical, you're going to be more on the spiritual side with Pisces as a Vedic sign. Mars is in Pisces, so you're still going to feel very powerful, just in a more calm, subdued way, meaning you're not going to come across super arrogant. For those of you that are tropical Aries, you're going to be more, I don't know the right word, but you're not going to be so out there, like in people's face. For the Taurus people that are Taurus and tropical zodiac, and they are Aries and Vedic, you guys are going to have the more confident arrogance. You guys are going to have the more, look at me, you know, very Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, look at me. I am, you know, I am very proud of myself. So for a lot of Taurus people, you can come off more assertive, a little more bossy, and a little bit more in charge, you know, that Jack Nicholson in that movie, what was it, A Good Man or whatever the fuck, and he says, you can't handle the truth. That's the kind of Aries that a Taurus, tropical, Vedic Aries would have. You can't handle the truth, that kind of a general, okay? Whereas the Vedic people, Aries and tropical Vedic Pisces, are not going to be so assertive like that. And I hope that kind of tells you the difference between a Vedic Aries and a tropical Aries. It's very different. To give you an example, I happen to be a tropical Aries moon and a Vedic Pisces moon. So you guys can watch me. You've been watching me for years. You know I have my moments of arrogance. You know I have my moments of powerful, you know, energy. But you also know I have very, very spiritual moments as well. So I'm very, you know, rounded in that sense. You know, so I hope that makes sense for some people. Okay. So you can kind of get an image of what that would look like. All right. So let's go ahead and get into Aries. That was just my channeling for you. Oh, a few good men. Thank you, Patrice Bodell. I've been thinking about you, Patrice. I don't know why. I don't know why. I see your name and then I think of it. And I see your name pop up and something's like connecting with me and you. I don't know. There's just something. I don't know. Anyways, I thought you should know. The Legend of the Phoenix. Thank you for the $5. I'm your favorite reader. Shut the front door. Don't say such things. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for that. You're great. Thank you. Let me see your little picture there. Who is this cutie? What is that? That's beautiful. I love that phoenix. Looks like a butterfly, almost the wing with all that beautiful fire. I love the phoenix energy. For Halloween, I totally wanted to be Maleficent. And I may still be Maleficent. I have a lot more ass than Maleficent in the movie. A lot more ass. But I still love her energy. I was toying between her and something from Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I definitely want to have a Harry Potter Halloween party for the kids because we may not do trick-or-treat, you know, because of the COVID thing. So I'm thinking just, you know, having a Halloween party for us, dressing up, doing a Harry Potter thing. What do you guys think about having a bucket of prepackaged candy, you know, cleaned and disinfected and tied, you know, little Halloween skeleton hands filled with candy for the trick-or-treaters if they even come? Or passing out candy with like a 6-foot distance kind of thing with like a stick, you know, here's the candy, go ahead. You know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think I should do, because I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I should do on that. I don't want people to take too much candy, but I kind of feel like they won't. I feel like they'll be fair. I do. So anyways, Long-armed handoff. That's kind of cool, right? My son, Daniel, who's almost 16, dear boy, he wants to dress up, you know, in something terrifying. But he wants to be hiding in the bushes and scare people when they come. And I said, you can't do that to little toddlers. These poor little toddlers are going to come to my door and you're going to jump out and scare them. How scary. He's like, but Mom, it would be so fun. It would be so fun. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you could do that with the bigger kids, but I don't know if I could trust them to not scare little kids. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Aries, happy time. Spirit, please guide me and direct me to a reading for the sign of Aries for the month of October. Please show me what's going to be happening. Speak to my heart, speak to my mind through these cards. Connect me with the energy of these images. Give me deep meanings, deep messages. Reveal the truth about what is unseen for the sign of Aries. Give me a message. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do a Celtic. Okay. Just a simple Celtic, nothing huge. All right. So the first card is how you're going to be coming in. Oh, thank you. Who is this? Gorgeous. Thank you, Free Flow. Thank you, Steph, for being the bestest healer, true astrologer, and reader ever. You are so appreciated and loved. Blessings and abundant, vibrant healing and love and light to all. Amen and awesome. Oh, thank you, Free Flow and Healing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All right, so Aries is going to be coming into October with the Death card. Now, what this means for me is you may be escaping a near-death situation. I've been feeling it, Taurus especially. Aries is coming in with it. I don't know what the connection is, except for you guys are right by each other, okay? Mars, and I'm going to be real, Mars, and I have... When Mars comes in the 12th, the 8th, the 3rd, even the 9th, and I've seen it happen in the 7th a lot in my family tree. It transits through those houses. It can mean an injury or, yes, a death. Because Mars can be a fight, can be a war, can be traumatic. In my experience in astrology, when I've looked at the deaths of my dad, my grandpa, and my kid's father, I always saw Mars fucking with me in my chart to see what was happening at that time with my family. And I saw it in those charts, and I've studied it like I told you guys. And I do know Mars has something to do with a death, okay? I do know that. Saturn and Mars together, there's some kind of energy here about death. I don't know what it is. I have to still go deeper into astrology. There's nothing else I can read because it's not written. But I have to learn from experienced astrologers what this could mean. I want to learn from like the Dr. Pi. I want to learn from Raj Kapel. I want to learn from Joni Petrie. Now, astrologers say we should never talk about death. Don't predict death and don't tell people about death. And we don't discuss death because of the karma. But for some reason, for me, I feel like, why are we scared of death? I feel like if I was to become a famous astrologer, I would talk about death because I don't see the bad karma about discussing it. People should know there's nothing to be scared of about death. We should always know that it's coming for all of us. We're all going to experience this. And we have to be aware when there is something to worry about, when there's something that could come up, just so we can prepare ourselves. I see that as a service to others, not making it happen, not creating it. I'm not wishing death on anyone, but I do feel like you might be dealing with some kind of death situation, Aries. It could be a near-death situation. It could be you almost lost your son. You almost lost your daughter. You almost lost your grandma. You know, you almost got in that accident. It could be that. It could be just a reminder, take care of yourself, take care of your life. It's precious. It's not something to be taken for granted. Your life is very precious, and you should honor it. Treat it with respect. Take care of yourself. Be healthy. Be mindful. Be awake. Be aware. And live. Stop hiding behind closed doors. Live this life. If you were to die tomorrow or today, do you feel satisfied with the last week you've been living your life? So this is like a wake-up call. What has your last week been? Have you been outdoors, seeing the sun, seeing the moon, connecting with animals and family? Have you been enjoying this beautiful earth? You know, one thing I found very sad with my grandpa when he was dying, excuse me if I get emotional, when he knew he was dying, every night when the moon came out, because he was kind of told to stay in the house because he wanted to run in the street, he didn't want to live, he didn't want to suffer. We had to watch him like a hawk. And he would open the door and he would look out at the sky just for 2 minutes. He wanted to get the fresh air. He wanted to see the moon. He wanted to see it one last time. And so when you die, it's not only that you want to see your family. You want to see this earth because it's precious. This earth is so beautiful. And we're so lucky to be alive and live here. And just looking up at the sky and the stars and the moon is a precious gift. We're not always going to have it. And it's saying goodbye to this planet as well as our family. So we have to honor this planet the same way we honor our family. And I think it's important for us to connect because I've been crying and I've been feeling so emotional about this earth and the fires and the animals that are being killed in the fires and the trees that are so beautiful and they're just being taken down, and it just hurts because our planet is so beautiful. It just hurts. Anyways, sorry. I know I got emotional. But this may be a reminder for the sign of Aries to be appreciative of the life that you have and the planet that we live on. It's beautiful. Please take care of it. Okay. Sorry. So anyways, this may be coming up for Aries, and you may be thinking about that. You may be thinking about all of this that I'm talking about. You may just be appreciating life with this death card, okay? But like I said, you could also be facing a near-death situation, or you could lose somebody very close to you with the death card. Could be a Scorpio. There's a concern. So now that we got that out of the way, for the month of October, in a spiritual sense for Aries, I think that this is going to be a transformation for you. I think that you went from being a specific kind of person and now you're blooming into somebody else. Your personality has changed. Your appearance has changed a lot since the last 5 years. And when you look in the mirror, I think you haven't looked long. You know, I think Aries goes by the mirror for a few seconds and then boom, they're out. Aries, there's something here about mirrors. You don't spend a lot of time in the mirror, or maybe you're afraid of mirrors, or maybe you don't have mirrors in your house or whatever, but there's something about you and your reflection. Maybe you don't like taking pictures. You know what I mean? I don't know. But as you look in the mirror, you're noticing, wow, I've really changed. And I think as you look in there, you'll notice maybe gray hairs, or maybe some crow's feet, or some wrinkles, or maybe you'll notice some weight gain, or maybe you'll notice your teeth have shifted, or maybe you'll notice your nose is longer, whatever it is as we age. And I think that's what's reminding you that life is precious and how fast time has gone by. Because I feel like the last time you looked in the mirror, you looked what you feel like 15 years younger. And it's like you look in the mirror the next day and poof, where did those 15 years go? And I feel like this is a wake-up call that you're alive and you're beautiful, and to cherish your body. So this is very physical, okay? And it means that this beautiful body is a blessing. I don't care what you look like, but make sure that you give it the healthiest nutrition you can. Make sure that you put lotion on every crevice of your body to bless it and say thank you. Take care of yourself. And I think that's really coming up for Aries. Take care of yourself. You want to live as long as you can, so take care. And I think that's been a big reminder for you. And I think in the month of October, you're going to look in the mirror and be reminded how important you are. I also feel for the sign of Aries, this is a month of physical fitness. And I already talked about sports or athletics or things like that. This may be the month where you're trying to get fit. You want to look in the mirror and go, damn, I look good. It doesn't matter what size you are and how old you are. You want to look in the mirror and go, damn, I look good. I want to be in the best shape of my life. Like, there's a desire that you want to be the best that you've ever been. And whether you are or you're not, there's that desire. And so you're going to start working on it for the month of October is the beginning. And this is going to be the transformation of what you will be. And I do want to, give you a forecast in the future, because by the way, your card came up, Aries, the full card is Aries in the major arcana. You are going to have a new you. You are going to have a new beginning. So a little spoiler alert there, right? You are going to have a new Aries when the time is right. So I would say within 10 months to a year, your body will be very transformed. Okay? So moving on, what's crossing you right now is Strength card, the Leo energy. The sun, we talked about Sun and Mars, right? Mars, by the way, also rules Scorpio. So Mars is very prominent for you. If you just look at this from a planetary stance, Mars and the sun working together, what does this mean? War, right? A lot of Aries people are thinking about civil war or anger or, feeling very fiery about what you believe in, okay? There is this soldier mentality. Some of you guys may be thinking about joining the military. Some of you guys may be being more patriotic. Some of you guys may be out speaking for what you believe in. There's just this big patriotic, push forward about your people. For a lot of Native Americans, there's going to be a push for your people. I think the Native Americans are going to stand up pretty soon. I feel it. I've been feeling it. There's going to be a Native American uproar or surge of energy or voice. It's going to come up. I don't know when, but it is going to come. They are going to gather together and speak. People are seeking out their heritage, seeking out their tribes, seeking out where they belong as far as the natives. And I do think there's going to be an empowerment. Mars and the sun is an empowerment. So I do want to say for a lot of Native American Aries people, I think that you guys are going to gather. And I think there's going to be this standing up, okay? And so I just feel it, and I just know it, and I know that the time is coming because, and I have to get emotional again, but this is how I feel. And natives are very feeling. They're very connected with the earth. A lot of the Native Americans are feeling the pain of the planet. And it's not just the people, it's not just, countries, it's the planet. Native Americans have always been connected with the planet. And they feel the pain that this planet's enduring because they're connected to her. And I just think the natives want to stand up and fight for her, fight for Mother Earth, okay? And so they're going to stand up and try to make peace in many different areas, and their voice is going to be heard and listened to because of what the natives have endured. Because they've endured persecution and isolation and almost like a banishment, they have not been forgotten. So I just feel that. There's a lot of earth here, a lot of native energy today in this reading. Gather is what I'm hearing. Gather with the Strength card. So Aries Nation people are just gathering, and they're having to build together an army or a strength, okay? And so that's what I'm feeling. The gathering of an army, the gathering of strong people to fight for the good, to fight against evil, to fight against the devil, to fight, because the strength card fights the devil card. That's what this is all about in tarot. So it's about being stronger together, okay? Not a Hillary slogan, just stronger together as a people, and that's the truth. So anyways, oh, someone says something. Free flow. I am a shaman in training, Aries, protecting our land and fighting terrorism since 1942. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Free flow. Felt your connection. See, I'm feeling you. That's beautiful. This is awesome. It's really, really awesome. So this is about coming together and being strong and fighting the evil. Okay, but on a more personal note, Aries, what does this mean for someone personally, okay, in your life? You're being very appreciative for being alive. You know that you're not invincible. You know that you need to be stronger. Aries is saying, I have to pull myself up. I have to pull myself up. I have to face something very difficult. And I have to start being better about it. That's what I'm hearing. Whatever this could be about your children, it could be about your job, could be about your relationship, whatever this is. Aries is just like, I've got to be better. And that's what I'm hearing. I've got to have more strength. I've got to get my head on straight. I've got to fight my addictions, because that's the devil card. I have to fight my vices, my shadow side, my addictions, my go-to. I've got to do this. I've got to be stronger. I've got to be better. And so I just see you mustering the little strength that you have, and it's almost vibrating with that root and sacral and solar plexus chakra. The fire in you, it's just vibrating. You might feel vibrations from the lower chakras coming up. You might feel it from the earth. You feel heat. If you feel heat in your hands, that's the chi energy of the fire. So for the Aries people, if you feel like you have heat in your palms, it's that chi energy coming up. And it's this desire and gumption. You've got to be stronger to deal with whatever difficulty you're suffering in right now. And you're mustering the strength that you have to keep fighting, to keep pushing with whatever frustration you have right now. So that's kind of what I feel for Aries, is just getting this unknown power, and a lot of it because tropical astrology with Mars and Aries, makes some sense. But, Mars is literally at the fishtail of Pisces, and this is also about endings, letting go. Death can be definitely seen from Pisces, and it's about seeing the bigger picture, okay? Seeing very deep. So I feel like you're getting the last bit of strength that you can to fight something, because you're going through an ending. It's also you having to let go of who you were. So I don't know who you were, Aries, but whoever you were, you're not happy about it, okay? And you have to decide who you were. But who you were is not satisfying, okay? And you're just saying, enough. Yeah, I'm kind of done with that person. Done. So you're moving into something new, and that's really good. Okay, so back to the past for Aries. Just reviewing what happened recently. Let's just say last month for Aries. We had the Wheel of Fortune, which was a big change, a big move, a big push forward. Divine timing, a 180 degrees. You knew last month that things had to change. You felt it. You felt the push. Okay? So it was time. The clock struck 12. Ding, ding, ding. You knew it was time. The alarm went off. And you started fighting, Aries, Queen of Wands. You started fighting towards this new beginning. But you know there's a fight. You know there's a war. It's not going to be easy. But you're determined and you're confident. I also feel there was some travel that happened last month for Aries, because this is the past. The Wheel of Fortune can be seen as the Chariot, also like an actual car. So you might have gone on a road trip. You might have gone on a vacation. You might have gone on a plane. I don't care where you went. It had wheels. Wherever you went, it had wheels. Okay? And you went on some kind of a journey. Maybe it was a pilgrimage. Maybe it was a spiritual journey. Maybe it was a physical journey, okay? But you went on a trip and it gave you new hope and desire, and it stirred something in your heart. You saw something that stirred your heart, and it was just like, it gave you new passion, new zest for life. It really just, it woke you up, I guess is what I'm hearing. It woke you up. So whatever spiritual trip or physical trip you took last month, it changed you in a very good way, in a very positive way. So what you're dealing with now is the Five of Swords conflict and the Star card. And that's the current energy for right now, for the month of October here. What you're dealing with right now, watching this currently, is you're finding hope in the fight. You know that you're fighting for the greater good. It seems like a difficult fight. There's betrayal, there's pain, there's sarcasm, there's lies, there's deceit, there's deception. There's a lot of evil that you're coming against, but you're very positive, optimistic, and hopeful, and you believe with faith in the Star card that the universe and God has something great in store for you. And once you overcome this fight, once you overcome this battle, even if this battle is within yourself, you know that it's worth it. And so I see you as the last man standing, just a figure of speech. I see you as everyone else is walking away from the fight, but you're still in the fight. And I feel like, Aries, when everybody wants to throw their swords down and say, Aries, give up. Give up, Aries. It's done. We lost. It's over. You say, no, it's not. It's not over. I'm going to keep fighting even if I have to fight alone. Thank you so much, Misha, for the $20. Thank you for your service to the collective. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very, very much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Bless you, Misha. So anyways, when everybody's walking away from the fight, Aries says, fuck that, I'm still staying here. This is a true brave heart. And this is why a lot of Aries people are great in a war, great in a disagreement, a debate, a battle. Aries people show up for the fight, even when they show up alone. That's why they're the general of the army of the king, the sun. So I feel like you're not afraid to fight alone. You'd rather not fight alone, but if you have to, you will. I see you picking up your sword, grabbing your flag, and saying, this is for my people. This is why I was born. This is what I'm here for. I'm going to fight. Now, this could be, what if someone's fighting from cancer? It could be that. If I have to fight and everyone thinks I'm going to die, fuck that. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to die fighting. I have hope. I'm going to fight. I'm going to push. I believe that I'm going to overcome this. And that's what this is. It could be that you're fighting patriotically, okay? I'm not going to get into politics today, believe me, but it could be that, where you feel like the world is against someone you love dearly, politically, and you're going to pick up that speech, which is your sword, and you're going to fight with your speech. You're going to speak out, and you're going to pick up your flag, and you're going to say, this is who I'm with, and this is why. Change my mind. And you're just going to reach people alone. You may be at a little table booth by yourself, no one else around, but you're going to do it. And that's what this is. It could also be your body, your physical. You guys are fighting something inside of you physically. Maybe it's obesity. Maybe it is a smoking habit. Maybe it's a drug addiction. Maybe it's a drinking alcoholic addiction. Okay? Maybe it's depression. Okay? Whatever this is, it's been a fucking battle. And everyone may have thought, oh, forget it. Aries is never going to overcome this shit. Aries is lost. Aries is so over the edge that they can't come back. And you're saying, yeah, right. I'm going to come back. I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to beat this. And I don't care how many people doubt. I don't care. I'm going to keep persevering. I'm going to keep going. And I am going to overcome this. Okay? And so that could be what this is. It's you not giving up and believing in God and the universe that this is going to change for you and you're going to manifest it and it's going to happen. So that could be a lot of what this is also for the sign of Aries. A lot of energy. You see, I'm channeling Mars. Mars is no easy planet to talk to. Mars is passionate, fiery, feisty, okay? I love Mars, but he's no easy planet to talk to. So, hang on a second. Yes? Yes?
Where's your phone?
I don't know. We've lost it for some time now.
No, the one. That was gray.
Yeah, I don't know, sweetie. Go find your tablet.
Well, I want videos.
You want videos?
Yeah.
Well, give me a second, guys. Let me go set him up. Oh, with videos. Okay. Okay, sweetie. I am so blessed. I have the cutest boys. I go out there and I see my little doggy, who's my little boy, Sumo. I have Matthew, who's my little sweetheart. And I have Daniel. And I'm just like, God, I am so blessed. Look at these 3 boys. My daughter's spending the night at my mom's. I'm like, look at these 3 boys. I am just so lucky. So anyways. Okay. Moving on into the future, for the month of October, we have this defeated feeling, but it's not where you feel like you lost the battle. You just feel tired, worn out, betrayed, disrespected. You feel like you're out here alone. It's this very alone feeling. Because this man is very alienated. Earth is right here behind him. He's literally on the moon. There's white dust. It's beautiful. It's cold. It's distant. Okay? He's out here all by himself on the moon, just laying on the ground, feeling defeated. And the 10 swords the 9 swords are in his back, and 1 sword is in his hand. The 9 of Swords represents fear and illusion. It represents being attacked at night, sleepless nights, you know. It represents anxiety and depression and sadness, you know. It also represents pain. But this 1 sword is the ace, the truth. And it's that single sword that you use to fight with. And so I feel like the stress and the pain and the anxiety has been so hard for you, Aries. It's been so much. You've really been in a battle of the mind. What you've really been battling is mind over heart. Mind over heart. Now, this has to do with family, the 5 of Swords, friends or family. And it represents that you feel betrayed by friends or family. I feel like Aries is disappointed in family. Maybe a family's been split apart. Maybe a family's come under fire. Maybe a family is divided politically. Maybe a family is divided by someone's addiction. Maybe the family is divided by arguments. Maybe the family is divided because someone took a child away. Maybe the family is just divided because they have different beliefs about God, about universe, whatever. So I just feel like it's a bit much for you to be alone. You wish you had more back. You wish you had people that had your 6. You wish you had more support. Because this is a very hard journey alone. But I'm here to tell you that it's not a lack of love. It's the universe doing this on purpose so you can figure out and know without a doubt how strong you are. And a lot of you guys would say, well, I've survived so much in my life. I've overcome so many battles in my life. I know how strong I am. But again, this is another testing. And it's just, Aries, look at how strong you are. Look at you. You're not defeated. This is just a new beginning for you. It's not that you lost. It's that you won by yourself and no one is victorious with you. And I think that's the sadness. You wish more people were on your boat. You know, you wish more people were on your side. And I feel that way. I am in Facebook and I see comments and I see all the hate, you know, towards my president, which I love. And I'm very disappointed and sad. And I do feel like I'm facing a beast. I feel like, why can they not see this good man? Why can they not see what I see? Why can they not feel what I feel? Why? Why, when I fight and I fight and I fight and I promote and I promote, and it's like nothing's changing. Nothing's changing. They're still hating. Is what I'm saying making a difference? Is what I'm doing making a dent in anything? Does my voice mean anything? And that's kind of the energy that I feel for you, Aries. It's like, is what I'm doing helping at all? And it's that disappointment because you feel like you've gotten nobody on your side. You've won nobody. Your voice that hasn't meant anything. And let's just say there's a mother helping a child and he's fighting addiction. And he keeps messing up. He keeps doing the wrong thing. And you give him money and you give him advice and you give him a roof over his head and you give him love and healing and prayers, and you reach out and you do everything you can to lift your child up out of darkness. But they keep staying in the darkness and you feel betrayed. And you feel like, do you not see what I see? Do you not feel what I feel? I'm trying to help you. But, you know, the son keeps doing it. It's, what is that tale in the Bible with the prodigal son? There you go. The prodigal son. And it's like, no matter what you've given this person, they've strayed away and they've gone away and they've done bad things. And it's just, you kind of feel at a loss. And there comes a point where you have to kind of give up. And I don't think you should give up politically, or I don't think you should give up on your body or give up, you know, on whatever you're fighting. I just feel like what you should give up on is other people. You're fighting for yourself. You're fighting for the greater good. You're fighting for the light, not the black darkness. And that is not always seen. So don't give up on your fight just because people are not on board with you or someone's not doing what you want. Don't lose hope because it's such a hard battle by yourself. Keep doing it, but don't hang on to the stress and anxiety and worry. Where's everybody else? Where is my troop? Where's the people coming in to help? Why am I all alone in this? Don't give up. Even if you have to fight, fight alone. Be brave heart. I love that part in the movie when Mel Gibson ran out on the hill and he had his sword and he knew he was going to die. He knew it. He was like, I'm going in for my death, but I don't care. This is going to be a fight I may not win, but I'm not going to go out sitting here on the grass being hunted. I'm going to go out being the hunter. I'm going to go out charging towards oblivion, basically, with my sword drawn, you know, like freedom, right? That was that part of the movie where he runs up the hill towards the battle, freedom. And he's like, fuck, I'm going to die fighting, but shit, I'm going to die fighting for what I lived for. And that's kind of what Aries is experiencing. Even if you meet defeat, even if you have to die fighting something, you're going to die fighting. And that's what I feel. And it's like, I don't care if I don't see results, I'm going to keep fighting. I don't care if I keep getting on the scale and I don't see weight being taken off. I don't care if I keep running and dieting and nothing changes. I'm going to keep doing it, fucker. I'm going to keep doing it if I have to fucking die doing it, right? It's this determination, the gumption, that last stand. It's like, I don't care if I'm not winning with my son or my daughter. They're battling something. I'm going to keep fighting. Even if I'm alone and no one else thinks I should. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep fighting. And the same with politics. I don't care if I'm alone. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep doing it because it's what I believe in. It's what's right. And so Aries is going to keep fighting for what's right. Period. And you may come out tired as hell, defeated, betrayed, stressed, worn out, exhausted, mentally burned out. But that is the beauty of who you are, Aries. That is what I admire. That is what makes you you. That is why you're ruled by Mars. This is why the sun, the king, just loves you. Because damn, I love the fight in that Aries. I love the fight. And you're going to be blessed with a new beginning. Because that last push, even when you feel defeated, gives you a new beginning. You see, Braveheart may not have been able to see freedom, but there was change after he died. It didn't happen. It was unfortunate. The truth behind Scotland and how it was overtaken with the monarchy. But there was a time of change after that. They knew they weren't messing with a nobody. They knew they weren't messing with the people they could just completely run over. There was change. He didn't live to see it, but there was change. And that was because of him, Sir William Wallace. It was because of him and his movement and how he moved people. So some people may not live to see the change, but there will be change. Okay? There will be change. And us as a people, as nations, we will have our change. And I think as a globe, the people in all different countries, I think we can all agree together, we are all sick of the iron fist. We are all sick of the 1%. We are all, every single nation, every single country, we're all sick of the power that rules and governs the people. Just like Braveheart, we're all sick of it. Whether you're in Africa, Australia, Europe, North America, South America, you name it. I just think everyone is sick of the way that things are happening. As a globe, to our trees, to our animals, to our planet, to our people. And it's this heart, it's this brave heart. It's the brave heart of the world that says, even if we feel that the powerful people in power have more power than us, we're going to keep fighting for peace and for change, even if we never have world peace, even if we never end racism, even if we never end, pollution. We're going to keep fighting because it's worth it. We're going to fucking fight because if we don't fight, no one else will. And it's this, we're going to fight. Even if there is no win, we're going to fight. And that's this beauty that's going to be bringing a rebirth, a renewal, kind of a surprise. And the universe is saying, go ahead, Aries, keep pushing for this rebirth. You're going to have it. Keep pushing your body to its fullest potential. You're going to have it. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless you because you have a brave heart. I'm going to bless you. Oh yeah, I'm going to bless you. Keep on. I love it. I love your heart. I love your zest. I love your enthusiasm. I love your creativity. I love your drive. I'm going to bless you. Why? Because That is the law of attraction. See, you may think in your head, there's no end, but there is. You may feel defeated, but you're not. It's just a very painful fight, and it isn't ending. It feels like a death to everything, but it's a rebirth. I'm also hearing the words, don't forget what you're fighting for. Some people get so lost, and I do mean it, lost in the battle, they forget what they're fighting for. And I forgot what movie it was about. But I'm going to describe the situation. Maybe it was Outlander. I think it wasn't a movie. It was a series. It was Outlander. And there was a battle scene. And anyways, they were all going to go to battle. And he said, let them go home to their families before they forget what they're fighting for. Maybe it was a movie. I don't know. But there was a battle scene where there was a general and they were getting prepared for another fight the next day. And somebody said, let them eat, let them sleep. And somebody said, no, let them go home. Let them see their families and we'll arrive back tomorrow. If we don't give these men a taste of their children and their wives and their villages, they're going to forget what they're fighting for. And then one guy said, no, if we let the men go back home, they're not going to come back to the battle. They're going to stay home. He says, no, they're not. You have to have faith. You have to have faith that when you send these men home with their families, they're going to hug them, kiss them, love them, say their goodbyes if need be, but they're going to know what they're fighting for. And so I feel like for Aries, know what you're fighting for. Don't get stuck into a political party because you've been that way for 25 years or 40 years. A lot changes as you're an old ass, okay? The party you were so strong for 20 years ago has drastically changed, and you have to change with the times. It could also be your children have changed. Whatever they were 20 years ago, they're not, and you have to change with the times. Be in the moment, but know what you're fighting for. Sometimes we get so entrenched in a belief, in a feeling, in a cause, that we forget. How many people fight for the world, for the globe, for the planet, but they don't spend much time outdoors? Sorry, I'm just channeling here. But there is people that fight and fight and fight and they're never outdoors. Or there's people that fight for a people and they're never around their own people. There's people that fight for children, but how much time have they spent around their own children? And so there's this, be careful that you don't get lost in the battle and you forget what you want so much to happen good in this world. Don't fight for a good body to be the most, best physical shape of your life, that you forget why you want to be in the best physical shape. Maybe you want to be in good physical shape because you want to ride roller coasters. You want to go to Disney, or you want to travel, or you want to hike up a mountain, And so you want to get in the best shape of your life so you can enjoy the world more. But you get so sucked into working out and being this beast in the, behind the gym that you spend 90% of your time at the gym. You know what I'm saying? And you forgot to be outdoors. And you forgot what it is you really wanted to get fit for. So I don't know. Maybe you're trying to, I don't know. I don't know what it is that Aries wants, but be reminded. Oops. Let me see. Before I go on, what should I clarify? I'm going to ask if this is a love situation, what this is about. If this is a love situation, Spirit, what would this be about? What pain? There's not a lot of pain in the past, but what is the fire inside of you? Show me the fire inside of you if this is in regards to a love situation. Because, you know, I didn't mention, Aries, you could be fighting for a twin flame or a soulmate. Okay, and I forgot to mention that in this reading, and I apologize. If you're fighting for someone that is your twin flame or your soulmate, and you feel like they've moved on in the past, Wheel of Fortune, they went a completely different direction, okay? You guys once had a beautiful love, and they went away from you, they ghosted you, whatever. And now you're dealing with, you're hoping to God that you can keep fighting even if they're not fighting with you. I feel like somebody in an Aries in a love situation, you're fighting for them, but they're not fighting for you. And that's this card. You're fighting for yourselves and them, and they're not even helping. They're not, your twin or your soulmate is not helping this union. And so you feel defeated. If this is a love situation, you feel like, I give up, Steph. I give up. I'm fighting a fight by myself. This relationship is over, Steph. I'm in a relationship with someone. It's dead. It's dead, and I keep fighting on the other side, like I'm fighting death. I'm fighting the ending. I'm fighting everyone on every channel. This is like YouTube, right? Media. I'm fighting everyone saying it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, and death is like it's over. And you're like, no, I have faith, I'm going to keep fighting, I'm going to keep fighting stuff. It's not over, I'm not going to let this go, I'm not going to let this go. And it's the Strength card. And it's, Steph, I believe in this relationship, and I believe in our love, and I know with all the signs that we're twins or we're soulmates or whatever, and I know, and this person has hurt me, betrayed me, lied about me, whatever. And you're like, I'm just so tired of fighting by myself, and this person, he or she, is not engaging. And that could be for some people. That could be for some people where you Aries people are like, I don't know why I'm fighting for this relationship when I'm the only one fighting. So if this is the situation for an Aries in love, give me an answer here about that. There you go. There you go. So tired of this. So if this has to do with your love, this is exactly what this is. Mentally and physically exhausted and just tired of fighting for this relationship by yourself. If you're married, you're tired of trying to incite romance and love and connection, and they're not even trying. Have you guys ever read that book, The Love Dare? Or heard of that movie? I have it somewhere, but there's a book called Love Dare, and it was based on a true story. And anyways, this relationship was ending. The marriage was ending, and the wife did not want the marriage to end. And so she was praying to God every single day to save the marriage. And she felt very all alone. But the love dare was to do something different every day to help that relationship. And if the end of all this efforts failed, then so be it. It was meant to be. But for like one day, she would make his favorite meal. Another day, she would bring him a gift and say thank you for everything that he is and has done, even though he didn't do shit. She just had to pull out of her ass the things that she was thankful of for him, instead of being so ungrateful and unhappy with what it's been. She had to find something thankful. Another time she wanted to invite him to a place they had met, the very first place they met, so they could kind of see if the spark was still there. And that movie just makes me want to cry. I have so many tears. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I forget the ending. Oh, look, someone said 11:11 right at this moment. Could be done with a twin flame, Aries. But there's also an Asian, there's like a Chinese video. I don't know the name of it. It's written in Chinese. I can't read it. I don't know. The whole video was in Chinese, but it had subtitles. And the video made me cry because it was about a woman, again, like the love dare, and she loved her husband, but her husband had met another woman and wanted to move on. But he hadn't told her yet. She knew he was cheating, but he hadn't told her. So even though she knew, she could have just left the situation and moved on, but she didn't want that marriage to end. She loved him. So I don't know, like the love dare, she did different things every day. She invited him out to dinner. She gave him presents. She said thank you. She rubbed his feet. She was gracious. She was good to him. And I'm going to cry because she was the woman that he wanted, but she hadn't really been. And it just shows people in relationships. Sometimes you're in a relationship, but you've lost that loving feeling. And anyways, I don't want to cry. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the show or the video. He was going to keep telling her he was going to leave her, but he never came around to it. She kept being so good to him that he couldn't tell her. And then she invited him to the place that they met, which was at a pier. It was like at a pier by the ocean. And she invited him over there. And I think he was going to tell her that it was over at one point, but he fell back in love with her. And that's the whole point of the love dare, falling back in love with each other. And so she hugged him and she kissed him and she said, this is where we met. This is where you proposed or whatever. This is where you made a promise to me that you would be with me forever. This is where you promised that you would love me forever. And he remembered. And it's such a beautiful video. If I find it, I'll post it on my community. But I was just crying because he hugged her and he kissed her and they fell back in love and he wanted to be with her. And she did that fight by herself. He wasn't there trying to make the relationship better. She just realized that she had to give it her all, that she wasn't going to let that love die without a fight. And she wasn't arguing and she wasn't accusing him and she wasn't going off on him for the shit that she knew he did. Just like the love dare. She focused on the fact that she loved him. She focused on the fact that they were damaged but not broken. She focused on the fact that God would help pull them through this and there would be a transformation. She knew they would never be the same. But you know what? They were never the same. They were better. They were better. And so, sorry I get emotional on this, but the point of this Aries thing is you may be fighting alone, but something good is going to come out of it. With the Fool card, you are going to have a new beginning. I know you're tired of fighting alone. I know you're tired of not being seen and heard. And I know that you're tired of pushing and constantly using this energy. But it's worth it. Have faith. Because I think there's going to be a new beginning for you that's really beautiful and really amazing. So, let's clarify this. Clarify the Fool card for me for the sign of Aries. Show me this new beginning, this leap of faith. This faith and unwavering faith of Aries.
What's the volume?
Daniel has it.
Why?
Because he's in the living room with you. Daniel, can you turn it up? Okay. Okay, so we got the Judgment card, bottom of the deck. This represents the coming together of the past, a judgment of the past. It represents coming together. It represents a big decision. Give me a second here. Daniel can't hear me. Okay, so anyways, judgment. Bottom of the deck, overall, underall energy for the sign of Aries is there's a very big decision that's going to be coming up. It's going to cause you to move on from the past, to get over the pain, to forgive, to forget, to move on over hard times. This is leaving turbulent times into nice, smoother waters. Turbulent waters to the smooth waters. Overcoming the swords, overcoming the pain. This is resolution to a problem. Okay, Pisces. Pisces is here. You could be a Pisces cusper or a Pisces in Vedic, but this is Pisces with the Hanged Man. Pisces with the Judgment card. So Six of Swords is just you guys finding a deeper resolution. There's going to be a resolution. There's going to be a healing, and it's made by God. It's made by the universe. So whoever becomes president, whoever wins the battle, whoever stays in the relationship, whoever becomes fit, whoever becomes whatever they become, it's not for any other reason except it was divine design. Except God chose. God has the say. The universe is speaking. They're making the judgment. They want you to know that whatever happens is for your better good. Whatever happens is for the greater good, for the greater betterment of people and mankind and the earth and what needs to happen. The balance of nature. The number 20, major arcana. This is what has to happen. This is the judgment made by the universe, made by God. So, divine destiny, okay? So the full bottom line is it's destiny. Whatever happens, happens. Not because you failed, not because someone did the wrong thing, not because there was unfairness, not because there was injustice, not because someone cheated, not because someone lied, not because of whatever. It was because that's the way the universe wanted it. That's the way God saw for the betterment and the greater good for you guys. God sees all things. God sees a bigger picture, and that is the Hanged Man. You have to step out of your shoes and see a different perspective. God is saying you have to step out of your bubble. Whatever you think should be the way you think it should be. Step out. You have to come into a different universe right now. You have to see things from God's eyes, not your eyes, a different perspective. So, this is going to be calling you to change. Okay? Now, what clarifies the full card, we got the Four of Pentacles, which is certainty. This is about hanging on. And then we have the Five of Wands, Leo energy, again, discord. Aries, I think you're fighting against a Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, 7th house, whatever have you. You're fighting a Leo. It's a very hard fight. One of the hardest fights in the zodiac would be between a Leo and an Aries. That's incredible. It's like two of the world's champions fighting. This is a championship. This is a fight. This is a real hard fight. It's not going to be easy. You're not fighting some small, insignificant nobody. You're fighting somebody that has a heavy hand, a heavy hitter, okay? Whatever you're fighting is a beast. Could be addiction, drugs, could be an evil political authority, which is our government in a whole. It could be a world of hate and racism. It could be a world of pollution and destruction. It could be a disease that's trying to overtake your body. It could be you fighting the devil himself. But Aries, this is God in the universe saying, Aries, whatever you're fighting, it's no easy fight. Hang on. Hang on, I'm with you. I think that's the message. Hang on, I'm with you. I'm with you, Aries. Don't give up hope, please. If God is with you, who can be against you? I know this is a hard fight, but I'm with you, and you should know that. Spirit, give me a message about Archangel Gabriel, the one who enlightens, the one who uplifts. Give me a message from Archangel Gabriel, please. Give me a message. Bottom of the deck is choices. You have a choice. You don't have to fight, but I think you're going to choose to keep fighting. Okay? The cards that came out is, woo, Divine Masculine. This is the masculine energy of Mars. Mars is a masculine energy, and this is just agreement of that. You are embodying masculinity, which is fighting a battle, a very, very difficult battle. Okay? The next card is Fresh Perspective, which is a lot like the Hanged Man. Pisces energy, death and rebirth. Phoenix energy, transformation through the ashes. The rainbow at the end of the rainstorm. Okay? You have to see things through different eyes. You have to change your perspective. Aries, I think the loudest message for you is change your perspective. I don't know how you're looking at the situation, but look at it differently. And my only advice here is look at it through God's eyes. When you go towards somebody, let's just example. This has nothing to do with the reading, just an example, please understand. Let's just say someone says, I hate Trump. He's a lying piece of shit. He's a no good piece of trash. Are you looking at him through God's eyes? Are you looking at Donald Trump through the eyes of the creator, of the universe, who made Donald Trump beautifully, just the way he was supposed to be? Are you acknowledging that his fire, his language, his gumption, his business skills, his mentality, his love and patriotism, are you hating that? Are you hating God? Are you hating the universe for making people different? Right? Are you hating someone because you love to hate? This is change your perspective, because God sees him as perfect. God sees him as I created him to be who he's supposed to be. I created him to do what he's doing. He's beautiful in my eyes. And you have to see that. The same way you would think about Obama, and I don't hate him. There's people that would say he is a lying pedophile, piece of shit, no good, puppet, and he did a lot of wrong. He did a lot of wrong. He gave a lot of money to bad people. He had terrible business deals. He caused some problems. He's not perfect, but he did great things as well. He was charismatic. He was great with people. He had a lot of Libra in his chart. He was great with people, and he looked very pleasing to the eyes. He had a style about him that was pleasing to many people. It was a very calming style. He had a sense of likability. Even though he didn't do a great job, he was a likable person. And guess what? You may not see him that way, but God does. God says, I made Obama to be who he was supposed to be. He was beautiful. He was perfect. He came in and did something that I wanted him to do. He was created for that. And we have to admire that. By the way, he had a very kind speech about Donald Trump. I don't know if you guys read it, but he said, I pray to God that he has a speedy recovery, him and Melania. He's a good person. He's a good human, and no one deserves to suffer. And he just says, I pray to God that he has a speedy recovery. It doesn't matter what party you're on. Nobody should wish ill on anybody. And he really was a big man, and I respect him for that. I respect him for that. Speaking out when all the other dumbass Democrats are bashing. No, 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 no. They're always totally against Trump for no reason. But here comes this man that's completely on the opposite side of Trump, and he stands up against the Pelosi's, against the news networks, against, all these channels that are posting negativity. And ex-President Obama says this wonderful thing about Trump. And it shows you what kind of a heart he had. And it just shows you that he can stand up alone, like we have in this Aries reading. He can stand up alone, even in his own party, and shine. Be the shining. He was shining, like he always had. Even when he ran for president back then in 2008, he was shining. And 2012. Why? Because he had that charisma. He had that sense of likability. He still has that sense of likability when he spoke good on Donald Trump and Melania. He had a beautiful sense of likability. And again, I came in liking him because I felt that came from his heart. And I feel I am a good judge of character, and not everyone here is going to like Obama. A lot of my viewers love Trump, and I love Trump too. But I will acknowledge a good person, no matter who they are, no matter what side they are. And I do feel that was not a political stunt. It was not something that he was pressured to say. That came from his heart. And I do believe that. It really did come from his heart. It really did. Because I think that, and see, now I'm going to cry because I feel like if they could just come together, it would be beautiful. Obama knows how hard it is to be president. Obama knows the hate that he got for being a president and how they downed him. And, I don't agree with his political beliefs at all, but it's a hard job. And so he's kind of been in Trump's shoes where he felt hated. He had a lot of public support, so he wasn't as hated as Trump. Obama never had to deal with the bullying that Trump has to deal with, but that wasn't in his astrological chart. I've looked at Obama's astrological chart, and because he's a Libra, very likable. He wasn't meant to be hated like Trump is. Trump kind of has a chart that shows he has a lot coming against him. There's a lot of problems for him. That's just in his chart. Obama didn't really have that. He had a lot of support, So he was blessed in that arena, but nonetheless, he did experience how difficult it is to be unliked, to be bullied, to be judged. He knows he was voted in not for the content of his character, but because of the color of his skin. So he understands, I'm not talking about tropical Saturn 83. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I believe he has a moon in Libra in Vedic, or he has a Venus. So I'm not talking about sun signs. I never talk about sun signs, especially tropical. So let's just take that out, okay? Anyways, he was a great person, and I know he was a puppet. All presidents seem to be a puppet. I don't think Trump is a puppet. But he was a puppet, and it's unfortunate. They used and abused him, as they always do. So I think Obama really understands, and I just have to speak for Obama today and just say thank you. You're a great person. And you may not have known what the fuck you were doing as president, but I like you. And I think you have a good heart. And I think that you are a very big, good person to stand up for our president now and speak against the haters and the idiots in the crowd, in the masses, that spew nothing but anger and hate. And it says more about them than it does about our president. But I will say this, for ex-President Obama, you shined today in my eyes. You shined, and you stood up from the crowd, and you were a little ray of sunshine that this world needed. And I'm so grateful, and it brings tears to my eyes. And I just wish they could come together. I wish Trump and Obama could come together and speak for the people. I wish Obama would endorse Trump and just say, he's a great man. He really has a heart for this country, and I support him. If he could just have that voice, I think it would change so many people's minds. So I'm really just very, very grateful for Obama today to speak out of a time of hate. Okay, so let's move on. This is the energy here with Leo and the Four of Pentacles. And hang on to the fight. I know it's hard, but you're going to overcome this. You have to find balls to do it. Now, if this is about a love relationship, if this is about a romantic relationship, you're fighting for your divine masculine. Okay? There's an Aries out there, male or female makes no difference. A masculine is an energy. It doesn't matter the sex of the person. It's an energy. So you're fighting for your masculine, Aries. Keep up the fight. Hang on. It's worth it. There's going to be a new beginning, even if you're fighting alone. Okay? The other card that came up, clarifying the Fool card and what's going on with this new beginning, is childhood. And so there's a lot that has to be conquered with the inner child. There's a lot of childish people, and I do think that maybe your masculine is very childish and immature. I think your masculine may also be struggling with a childhood. I think your masculine has had a very hard time with their past, okay? So they have a past with mom and dad and siblings that caused them a lot of pain and suffering, and they're still dealing with it. They're overcoming that. There's a lot of secrets in their childhood. Your masculine may be dealing with childhood abuse, okay? Your masculine may be dealing with abandonment. Your masculine may be dealing with insecurities. Okay, your masculine may definitely be dealing with a lot of pain that maybe you don't know a whole lot about, or maybe you do. And so you're fighting that beast. You're fighting the past, and you're fighting their thoughts and their worries and their fears. Let's get some hidden truth on your masculine's past. Let's see, what card am I going to use? Okay, I'm going to use the Hidden Truth Oracle. Can you tell me some hidden truth about this past of the Divine Masculine? Wow, okay. I am not available. I'm not available. I feel like your masculine did not have available parents. They were too busy. Maybe they were famous. Maybe they had a lot of money. Maybe they were in the military. Maybe they were drinking. Maybe they were on drugs. Maybe they just worked a lot. Maybe they died. I don't know. It could be all of those things for many different people. But I feel like their past is their parents were not available. I've had the good pleasure of having two parents always be available for me. Anytime I needed to talk, anytime I needed something, to share my feelings, they also shared their feelings with me. My parents were very open people. My parents always shared their heart with me. They talked about their beliefs. They talked about our history, our family. They talked about their childhoods with me. They talked about their friends and their jobs. They talked about what was right and what was wrong with me. They were available. I can't imagine what it would be like to have parents not available. I can't imagine what it would be like to have parents that don't ever share their heart or feelings or past or thoughts with you. And I can only imagine that it would be extremely hard and painful and lonely to go through that. And I feel like your masculine has suffered this. to go through life without that kind of guidance, even if your parents are alive but just not, you know, present. You know what I mean? Like they're around, but they're not present. I feel like you feel alone and lonely and lost. And I do feel like there would be a sense of abandonment. There's a lot of moms and dads that live in the same house with their children, and they work and they cook and they clean, but they don't talk to their children, they don't spend time with them, nothing. They're just doing the daily needs and necessities. And maybe they're always busy with their lover or husband or wife or whatever, friends, you know. And I feel like this masculine suffered that, okay? They suffered abandonment emotionally. It's very sad. Bottom of the deck is I'm starting to understand our connection, which means they're just now starting to understand you guys have a deep soul tie and connection. And I do think that this person could be a Leo, possibly an earth sign also, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. They could be. They could also have a Cancer moon in Vedic, okay? They could also just be a Cancer in Vedic if they're a Leo in tropical or something like that. Whatever. Cusper even. Anyways, I think this person has really suffered a lot, and it's hard for them to relate with you, and it's hard for them to make peace with you, and it's just really hard for them to understand your guys' connection, so that's why they're not fighting with you. They're really going through some inner battles. Spirit, tell me some of their inner battles. Tell me some of their inner battles. Show me this masculine's inner battles. Door to Spirit. Bottom of the deck is carrying connection in reverse. Door to Spirit is closed. Where other doors are open, their door is closed. They do not have a connection with God and the universe and spirit as you do. Okay, Aries? That door's been closed because of all of this. They've lost faith in God, faith in the universe, period. They are so disconnected from spirit that they're disconnecting from you, which could be a divine soulmate or a twin flame, okay? So because they're disconnected from spirit, how could they possibly be connected to you? Okay? Okay, so OK High is saying, please vote blue. Trump is taking away women's rights. Can you name one right he's taking away? By the end of this video, I want you to name one right, and I would be very happy to discuss that with you. But if you do not know the right he's going to take away, please don't comment that. Lies and bullshit. Okay? There is a very big, huge, large movement of LGBTQ going for Trump. In fact, it was just noted in the polls that that area and community of people are voting for him. There's a gay man who has hashtag walk away. That is a gay man. That whatever you're saying, I think you need to research more, because he's not taking away any woman's rights. He's putting more women in office than any other president ever has. And he is giving women more pay than anyone ever has. And he is supporting women in many more ways than any president ever has. So before you say that, please fact check, and please put in the comments what right he's taking away. Okay? Because I will tell you this, your side, the blue, Nancy Pelosi, who's been in office longer and probably older than you are, has just supported a bill in California to allow people of the age of 19 to rape and fuck 11-year-olds and get the fuck away with it. You want the truth? Let's talk about that. Do you think it's okay to fuck 11-year-old boys and get away with it? So if a little 11-year-old boy says, this man just raped me, and reports it, that man's not going to get in trouble because they're going to have to prove that it was rape. And children are manipulated. I've done research. Also, Trump also, don't talk about his $1 billion. I told you to tell me what right he's taking away from women. Name it. If you can't name it, I prove my point. If you can't name it, I prove my point. Show me a right. You said he's taking away women's rights. Show me the right. Don't say everything because that's bullshit. You're lying. You're being a hater. You have nothing to back you up. You're just hating. Okay? Show me a right. You have a big mouth. You're up here commenting. Put the right down. Where's the right? What am I supposed to show? OKHI, show this is the right. Women are not allowed to do AKA because of President Trump. What are women not allowed to do? Show me that. Show me the right. You do the research. If you did the research, you should have it like that. Boom. Boom, I got the research. There's a fact. If you did your research, you should have it. Okay. So anyways, I'm done with that. Obviously, you don't have a fact. You just want to come on here and promote, which is whatever. But I don't like people that say things like that because you didn't comment on 11-year-olds being allowed to have sex with adults. You didn't comment what the right is that women are losing. And that's the problem with that side. That's the problem with the left. They have a big mouth, but no facts. Okay, go take it to the living room. So anyways, I'm sorry, we got distracted because somebody came in with political stuff, which is fine. But anyways, I'm not going to be any more distracted at this time. We're going to continue with the reading. Obviously, you don't have a right, okay, that's to name. Okay. All right. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue with this. It's called Door to Spirit. And it's in reverse. And that's what your divine masculine is battling. Where's my book? Take it to the living room. I'm working. 32. Abortion. Oh God, we're going to say that's a right? What are you doing following tarot and talking about feelings and souls and reincarnation and chakra alignment and awakening? What are you doing studying any of that if you think it's okay to abort lives, children? What are you doing following this channel or any channel if you support the death and murder of children? Because I don't think you have any place to talk about it when you're obviously very confused about life. You're confused because you want to go meditate under a tree 1 minute and the next minute you want to kill children. How does that correspond with anybody? Is that aligned? Does that make sense? Let me go under a tree and the next minute kill someone. I mean, does that make any sense? So again, I don't know how people that are following Christianity, spirituality, mysticism, anything like that, when they're for murder. I just don't see how that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. You know, it used to be legal to whip black people called slaves. That used to be totally legal and a right. It also used to be a right to beat your wife. Yes, in the 30s, 20s, it was a right. You could put your physical hands on your wife, and that was okay. Thank you. Leave it alone. So that was okay, and that was a right. And everybody was like, yeah, beat your wife. She just mouthed off to you. That was a right. Every man had a right to do that to their wife. Every woman had a right to be hit because they mouthed off to their husband or disrespected them. And police would not lock their husband up. That was a right. Okay? Whipping your slaves was a right. You had a right to whoop your slaves if they did something bad. So you're going to come to me on this channel and tell me you have a right to kill a baby? And I'm supposed to be good with that? I'm good with that? I'm supposed to be good with that. But I I bet if somebody was killing dogs, murdering little puppies and kittens, you would have something to say because you have more of a heart for animals than you do for children. So don't come at me with abortion is a right. Fuck that. You know what? A woman has a right to close her legs. A woman has a right not to fuck people and get pregnant. A woman has a right to do that. And I'm not saying all abortions are that, but do you know the statistics on abortion? 1% of abortions are rape and incest. That's like everyone dying from COVID is less than 1%. Everyone dying from COVID is very minimal. Very, 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 very minimal compared to the masses that are supposed to get it. Which, by the way, it's been said 99% of the world is supposed to get it, but most of us are going to survive. But don't come at me with a right, okay? There's so many stories. There's so many stories. Don't come at me with that. You want to know more facts about abortion? They want to kill black babies because they think blacks are less than, because they think blacks are the detriment of the country. They think blacks are thugs, okay? Margaret Sanger, who invented all of this Planned Parenthood bullshit, does not like black people, okay? And they have her statue up. No one ripped her statue down. She's a racist, okay? You want to talk about rights? You have the right to shut the fuck up and research. You have a right for that, okay? You have a right to shut the fuck up unless you know what you're talking about. I'm sorry that I got bitchy. Please forgive me. I have an Aries moon. I have a fucking excuse. You're goddamn right I do. And I am a fighter. And when you bring up shit like that, I'm going to come at you. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit on this channel. But I care about children. I fucking care about them. If you don't, that's your prerogative. I do. And I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say about them. Okay? Because I have many girlfriends who have had abortions. Many. Many. My mom had an abortion also and regrets that shit. That was way back before my brothers. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. My cousin at 16 had an abortion. My best friend, Angelica, at 16 had an abortion. I went with her to do it. Don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what it does. And I know the karma that happens. And believe me, they got their karma. I'm not even going to talk about the karma they got. They got their karma. So don't come up here in this channel talking about he's taking away rights of women and you name abortion as a right. Abortion should be taken away. It's immoral and it's unjust. Immoral and unjust. And President Trump just passed a bill saying if a baby is born alive, breathing fucking air, the medical staff has a responsibility and they must perform medical care on that child so it will live. That's a law. You must. He did that. Trump did that. He said it must be a law for that life to be taken care of. Do as much as you can to save that life. He's not sitting here saying we shouldn't have more people on this planet. We should keep our population at a minimum. He's not the one being a fucking hater. The left is. He's trying to save lives. The left is trying to take lives. Yeah, you heard me. The left is taking lives and he's saving lives. What do you say about that? What do you say about that? But you want to be up in here and have political battles. At the same time, you want to do tarot readings on your love life. At the same time, you want to go cleanse your chakras because you want to be healed. But then you have a fucked up brain thinking shit like that. That's why you're all fucked up. That's why your life is all fucked up. That's why your chakras are all fucked up because you haven't tended to your brain. You need to get things from a different perspective. Whatever you think is legal isn't necessarily just. I'm sorry you think that whatever's legal is okay. It's not. Beating women is not okay. Having slaves and beating them is not okay. I don't care what fucking law said it was. Killing babies is not the fuck okay. I don't care what the fucking law says. This is a time for people to stand up against those people and say, I don't care what you say is a law. It's not okay. Right? All right, so let's move on. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But it came up. I apologize. At least you got to see what a real Aries is like. You want to know what an Aries is like? You met one. Hi, nice to meet you. Stephanie, JKS 1111. With the brain and a heart of an Aries. Nice to meet you. I won't shut the fuck up. Anyways, moving on with this reading. Your divine masculine, okay, is not having an open door to spirit. This person is not connected to the universe. This person is not connected to God. Okay, this person has a closed door because he's lost faith or she's lost faith. Let me go ahead and read this. Number 32. If you really have a voice against Trump, I ask you to do me one favor as someone in your community. Just do me one favor. I posted a video of Trump on my community section. It's a video of his walk to the White House since the 80s, okay? It talks about how he rejected being president. He didn't want to be. It talks about his take on it back then. It talks about the interviews he had with very big people, even on CNN, back then, that were kind of talking about him being president and how he didn't want to, okay? And it talks about his take on that. It talks about his being nice to Obama, saying he liked him, okay? He just didn't think he knew what he was doing as far as the deals for America. So you get to see President Trump before he was President Trump, before he was ever running. I want you to go on my community channel and watch it. It's like less than an hour, okay? And then you can comment on there what you think about his narcissistic, selfish, racist, blah, blah, blah. You know, by the way, you saying that just goes to show me you are programmed. You have been programmed by the mainstream media. They downloaded their thoughts and feelings and beliefs into you. You are a vessel of propaganda. So if you believe those things, then you do not have a mind or a brain to think by yourself. You've been indoctrined. You've been taught. Just like the little boys and girls going, "Hail, Holy Hitler!" They were indoctrined from a very young age to believe what Hitler believed. Okay? Heil Hitler! They believed that shit because they were indoctrined. They believed that Jews were evil, dark people because they were told that. And if you believe that, then you've been indoctrined. And you need to get saged, cleansed, and cleaned. And you need to detox yourself. And you need to go watch something that I posted so you can make a better judgment with a clear mind. Only watch that video after you have gotten some Palo Santo or some sage. After you have saged yourself and cleansed yourself and have the ability to have an open mind and a fresh perspective without judgment, okay? Only then, when you're ready to see it without a judgment, you can talk about it. But if you have a judgment based on your indoctrination, it's not okay. The reason I can tell you you're indoctrined is because I had to step out of indoctrination. I know what it takes. And I can tell you that you have been led. You have been led. And don't tell me it doesn't happen, because we have all been led before. Kim, you need to do some more research. You really do. And you should go on my channel, like I said, sage, and watch that video. And watch it with an open heart. You see, I'm not an idiot. I'm not here bashing people. I actually just admitted on this video I liked Obama. I'm not hating him because he's on a separate side than me. I'm not hating him because of what people said. Kim, it sounds like Trump doesn't hate everybody. It sounds like you do. It sounds like you are so engrossed in hate that all you see is hate. When you have hate in your heart, that's all you see. Okay? So you need to step away from hate and anger and malice. I bet you, Kim, you're having the same problems in your love life that you have politically, because your life is a mirror reflection. Okay? Your life mirror reflects what's going on inside of your mind and your body, and your chakras is reflecting in your love life. And I bet you're having the same problem with your ex. I bet you think that you despise him and what he's done. I bet you have hate. I bet you have anger and unforgiveness and malice and judgments. I bet you're not seeing your ex from this perspective. I bet you're not seeing your soulmate from a different perspective. I bet you're judging that soulmate. And I bet it's because you really need to cleanse. You need to cleanse your energy. Okay? So you should cleanse your energy. You really should. Because I can see it as you comment in here. I can feel the tension and the hate. Okay? I don't know you, but there's something with your race. And you have carried some ancestral hate towards how your race has been treated. I don't know you. I don't know your picture. I don't know, but I'm just feeling it. I feel like you feel there's been persecution on your people. I also feel you have that hate. I feel like you have hate towards men also, because I feel like you might have suffered abuse by a man. And I feel like you have some secret, deep, dark, rooted root chakra issues that need to get cleansed, because you have a disdain for men. I feel like you're suffering in your relationship because you've been carrying this weight, and it shows. It shows in your verbiage. It shows that you're not passionate about beliefs. You're passionate about being angry because you feel you've been wronged in your life, and you need to cleanse that. Okay? All right, so anyways, let's go ahead and read what's going on with your masculine. Door to spirit in reverse. Ghost, I commented on some people in the comments. Apparently my channel turned into Tyler's Tarot. Tyler goes off on people on his channel. I never really have, but that's what the fuck just happened. Sorry, guys. Aries obviously is very close to the Mars right now, and we're feeling it. I have Aries moon. I ain't fucking around. I ain't fucking around. This is an Aries reading. I am an Aries, and I ain't fucking around. I will fight by myself, all by myself, all day, if I have to. That's Mars. So, hello, nice to meet you. Anyways, we're going to keep going. Reversed. Your divine masculine is having a closed door to spirit. So, when this card is reversed, it may say that your masculine is finding himself or herself by feeling an extreme disconnect. It seems your intuition is failing you. And you can't maintain the peaceful moments you are longing for. You may be too distracted by worldly matters or personal problems to arrive and enjoy the deeper sense of spiritual connection. The paradox is that the more you can let go of the drama, distractions, or intense emotions, the more your spiritual peace will bring you solutions for these issues. So see, the masculine is very distracted right now, maybe by politics, maybe by personal matters to do with money, okay? Maybe by matters of friendship, their friendships are falling apart. Whatever it is, your masculine is so into the world, so into what's going on around him physically, that he or she is not connecting to the spirit realm, okay? And that is what's going on with the battle. This is a battle of the world and spirituality, okay? So relax, masculine. Let go and meditate on your soul self. your higher self that resides in your own heart center. Allow the connection to grow, and you'll find that many new doors will open as a result. Okay? So the masculine is clearly struggling having this connection with spirit. And it's just extremely difficult for him to have a connection to you and being a part of this world. Okay? And that's a big problem with probably 99% of our world. We're distracted. We can't see the spiritual side of things by being distracted, and that is this Hanged Man card. Okay? So we are supposed to step away and see things from a different perspective. Do like I did today. Step away from your beliefs, my beliefs in Trump and this movement, and acknowledge something to be grateful for, like I was earlier today before everyone fucked up my mode on Obama and how I think he's a great man. I'm not going to judge him on his past today. I'm going to judge him on the man he is today. And this is me physically stepping out of my rose-colored glasses, out of my political perspective, and seeing a man with a heart, a human like me. Different beliefs, but a human. And that is being more human. That's being more spiritual also. See, a lot of the haters that are in the comments say things like hate, disdain. You know, they say things with such passion because really they have anger in their heart. And they've seen something in their life that makes them hate. We've all seen things. I hate abortion. Can I understand why people want abortion? Can I step back from my political point of view, my mother point of view, my human point of view? Yes. You know what I can see, because my friends have had that done, and my mother, I can see someone that's having a child with someone they don't want to have a child with. I can see someone like my friend Angelica, who was married to someone she didn't love, knew she wanted a divorce, got pregnant and didn't want the baby, because that would mean she's tied to that guy forever. She didn't want that. I understand where she came from. But I also now, because I supported her then, I drove her to go get it done. But now as a spiritual person, what I can see from a different perspective is you made a mistake. Angelica, you made a mistake. You married somebody you didn't love for money. You had sex with a man you didn't love because you were married. You did that out of obligation. Now you're pregnant. That's a decision that you made. And now you think you have a choice, a right to kill that child that didn't ask to be there. The child that didn't say, I would like to be here, I'm going to pop up inconveniently to spite you. A child that was dragged into this third dimension because of you. Because you did that. And do you see that, the irony? That someone is now murdered and the blood is on her hands because of her choices. That's no different than the man that murdered my kid's father. He had a choice to shoot or not to shoot. To walk away as he was, or to turn back around, go around the corner of the building and shoot my kid's father in the back multiple times. He had that choice, but he chose to shoot. Does that give him the right to say, I'm sorry, don't lock me up, I wish I wouldn't have done that? No. You made a decision. And as sorry as you are after the fact, as sorry as you are after you see children suffering without their father, as sorry as you are for fucking up your own family, you will pay the price. That's karma. You will pay the price for your murder. And that is the same with abortion. You made a decision. You married him. You fucked him. Shit happened. You need to deal with it. An abortion is a cop-out. And some people use it like birth control, which is what she should have been on in the first place. But she was too busy buying nails and clothing and a new car that she didn't think about spending money on birth control because that was a little too expensive. Well, anyways, that was a story that I shared with you. And it was to the detriment of that child. She now suffers from ovarian issues. Breast cancer rises from an abortion. Ovarian cancer rises from an abortion. Karmic payback from the next life will arise from an abortion. And her child that was born, bless him, suffered a medical condition. The next child she had after the abortion had a medical condition. Okay, and I'm not going to speak bad about children because that's not what I do on this channel, but he did. And that was karma. Now, you can choose to believe in that shit or not, but it happens. And the people that have had an abortion and didn't experience karma with their children, they experienced it in other ways. Their marriages were all fucked up. They were suffering from some medical condition themselves, or they had severe depression and anxiety and regrets and remorse. And that is something people don't share about abortion, is the soul and spiritual damage that it does. Your womb, your vessel to life has been violated. You have someone violating your womb. They forever change it. Your soul has been infiltrated. It's been basically, a soul has been raped, and it is long lasting. And for those of you that have experienced rape, you know that it doesn't go away because you take a shower. And that's like abortion. You get an abortion and you think the pain will just go away once the baby's out. No. Rape stays with you forever. It doesn't matter how many times you wash, douche, and whatever you do, it stays with you. The same with an abortion. Once your womb has been violated, it messes with your psyche, it messes with your heart, it messes with your soul, it messes with you, and your soul has been raped, and it feels violated. And it may not hit you the first day, but it will hit you. And so, do I think that that should be something legal? No, I don't, because it makes it a cop-out. The same way beating your wife and whipping a slave makes it a cop-out. I think abortion makes your actions of sleeping with who you sleep with a cop-out. And I think that it's making people have a lack of responsibility for their own actions and a lack of responsibility for the birth chart, star chart, karma, astrological gifts that they were given. It makes them take no responsibility for their karma that they've been dealt with. People need to deal with what they've been made to deal with. And taking that away from them is crippling. Anyways, that's my stance on that. I'm sorry. You know, it wouldn't have gone so political if some people wouldn't fucking say shit. But they do, and they have a right to. I may not agree with what you have to say, but I'm glad you said it, because now I get to debate. Now I get to talk on my podium. So thank you, because you enabled me my right to talk. And so I like debates. The only thing you should be aware of, be careful who you debate with, because I don't get tired. My mouth doesn't get sore. I don't lose stamina. Be careful with who you debate with, because some people like me can go on forever. Some people like me have a bigger mouth than you. Some people like me have a lot more passion than you. Some people like me research a lot better than your half-assed, cockeyed research. And I can guarantee you, Kim, you've never in your whole life ever researched like me. I can guarantee it because I have an obsession with research. And if this was a competition, honey, you would lose. You would lose every fucking day because you don't have the will, the drive, the stamina, nor the passion to research like I do. I can fucking promise you that one. Promise you. Nor will you ever find anyone like me that would run their mouth for hours and not get tired. I would not get fucking tired. I love the debate. I love a good fight. I love research. Let's do this shit. If I did this shit, I would be on, you know what? I bet. I could literally be on YouTube live for probably straight 24 hours. I could do that. How many people could do that? How many people could run their fucking mouth for 24 hours? It would be me. Gemini sun, Aries moon, it would be fucking me. All right? Guarantee it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, very few would get as engrossed in politics and things that I have. Nobody. Not even the best of the best in these comments could probably hang with the level of research that I do. Not even 70-year-old men could hang with me in research, reading books and researching and debating facts and spiritual beliefs. Nobody. I guarantee it. I have that much belief in myself. Nobody. And yeah, welcome to an Aries right here. Nice to meet ya. This is what we look like. This is the level of drive. I don't shut up. I don't know when to quit because I don't know how to quit. I won't quit. Fuck quitting. Fuck that. Sorry, guys. This is a fucking Aries. Fucking sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm not fucking sorry. Because I also know what the fuck I'm talking about. With the rising Sagittarius. Research that shit, bitch. Go research Sagittarius. Research the 3 nakshatras you probably don't know shit about. Research the 4 paras you probably don't know shit about. Go research that shit. And then come back at me. Because you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm fucking telling the truth. Okay? There's nobody that can hang with me when it comes to my mind and dedication in something I believe in. I will fight to the death. I am a brave heart. I am a fucking brave heart, bitch. And I will fucking brave heart this shit to the bitter fucking end. Trust and believe. I will never stop the research. Prove me wrong. Anyways, sorry I went there. That's how I am, guys. That's how the fuck I am. So, maybe I'll do a whole video on politics and we can talk. But I have to get prepared. There's mountains of paperwork and research that I have to bring to the table. I have to have my research with me. The research that I have isn't fucking backed up by mainstream media. The research I have isn't CNN headlines. It's not the Huffington Post. It's not the New York Times. It's not all that horseshit, cat shit bullshit. It ain't coming from the court. The research I have is experience with people that are interviewed, people that have credibility. The research that I have is written, respectful people that write down the shit that they know they're talking about that is truth. I will bring spirituality and facts into a debate. Not just bullshit court facts, but the whole enchilada. It's not just one piece of the puzzle. It's all the fucking puzzles. It will be astrological. It will be factual. And it will be spiritual. Do you see how I layer shit? I layer shit. That's how deep I do my research. It's not just, well, I found this fucking paper on Huffington Post and there was a poll and they said that Supreme Court blah, blah, blah said this and this witness said this. So yeah, boom, yeah, debate me on that. You know, let's do this shit. Really? Do you think that I'm going to stop scratching the fucking surface? That shit right there is the fucking surface. That little bullshit right there is the fucking surface. Anything you've seen on the news is the surface. Honey, that is the fucking surface. We're going to go back in time. We're going to talk about Bohemian Grove and that list of names. We're going to talk about the Skull and Bones. We're going to talk about the royal family and their ties to what the fuck happened in Canada when that fucking queen was taking indigenous natives for sacrifice. We're going to talk about some Satanism. We're going to talk about a higher power. We're going to talk about Soros and his ties to Hitler. We're going to talk about that shit. And we're going to talk about who is connected in that group today. We're going to talk about the bloodline. We're going to talk about the bloodline of Christ. We're going to talk about the 144,000 people that is spoke about in the Bible. We're going to talk about the Rh negative blood type. We're going to talk about that shit because don't think politics is just politics. It's power. And power has always been in power since the ancient Sumerian times. We're going to talk about Samaria. We're going to talk about Rome. We're going to talk about Greece. We're going to talk about the pyramids. We're going to talk about Atlantis. We're going to talk about all that shit. Don't think when I debate Trump, I'm just going to talk about politics. Yes, we're going to talk about the Rothschilds. We're going to talk about the mainstream media and how they're connected, how they're still connected today. It's a web. A web. We're going to talk about that shit. We're going to talk about MK Ultra. We're going to talk about Hollywood pedophilia. We're going to talk about how they are connected. We're going to talk about where money goes. We're going to talk about Haiti. We're going to talk about child sex trafficking. We're going to talk about bestiality. We're going to talk about 9/11. We're going to talk about Kennedy. We're going to talk about the mafia and their ties to politics. We're going to talk about Justice Scalos and what happened to him. The assassination that was publicized as a natural death. We're going to talk about that shit. The same thing they did to Marilyn Monroe. She committed suicide. My fucking ass. So we're going to talk about that shit. So don't come here and tell me, oh, Steph, you're just talking about politics. No, bitch. I went deep. I went really fucking deep. Underground. The tunnels under the ground. The Naga people. Yes, the Naga people. Ashlesha Nakshatra. We're going to talk about the stars. We're going to talk about that shit. You want to talk about that shit? Let's talk about that shit. Because there's a reason why I vote for Donald J. Trump, and it has nothing to do with blue and red. It has to do with the evil in this world overtaking our planet since thousands of years ago. We're going to talk about that shit. And you're going to maybe have your eyes opened if you're listening. Like Jesus said, those who have ears will hear. Those who have eyes will see. Because you're not going to see with your eyes. You're going to see with your heart. You're going to see with your intuition. You're going to see the ugly revealed. You're going to see that shit. All right? So we're going to talk about that. And I will have a video on that. But that's where I go. This is where I go. The foster care system. That's where I go. What the... Whoo! Woo! Give me a moment. Lord Jesus, Mars, help me. Help this Aries. Help this fucking Aries. Please, God, give me patience. Lord, help me. If I was to just talk about the foster care system and how Democrats have been running that shit forever, Let's talk about that. Because every fucking person on this channel will agree, whether you are Democrat or whether you are Republican, that the foster care system is corruption. Rape, abuse, child sex trafficking, satanic bullshit going on in that system. It is completely corrupt. My hands are shaking because look at that. Do you see the power I feel? That's the power and the fire that comes in me. The fire when I talk about children. The fire that comes in me when I talk about the corruption of the people in power. And nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. But they want to paint beautiful pictures on mainstream media. They want to paint beautiful pictures. So you can be a slave and go vote for them. They want to mind control you. They want to mind control you. It's not a joke. And when you also want to talk about the CIA and the FBI and how they have key words to brainwash, that's what the news does. They have key words they always use. And it's not a joke. Key words. And the more they say them, the more it gets indoctrined into your brain. The more they say racism, 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 just like the law of attraction, it's created. It's created. It's created. The more they say, this person is a bigot, a bigot, a bigot, a bigot, the more people believe it. And the more it starts to show up in the news. They know what they're doing. They're very smart. They're very smart and they're very, very, very gifted. Communication is their precise speciality. The mainstream media specializes in mind control. Television. Tell lies vision. Okay? Anyways, I'm done. I'm done. Sorry about that, Aries. It really went there. I think we should just end this reading because obviously it got too heated. I can't, I shouldn't have gone there in this video, but I did. But maybe you can understand Mars in fucking Aries. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Mars in Aries. And if you have to fight the fuck alone, you'll do it. Aries will fight the fuck alone. Like a fucking gladiator. And I would be happy to do so. I would be happy to fucking do it. Because I am not for politics. Politics can suck a big fat one. I am for humanity. I am for my planet. I am for the trees, and I am for the animals, and I am for the children, and I am for the people, and I am for that. I am also for the truth. You know, there was a moderator, Markers, and I'm going to mention you. Please forgive. And I'm going to use you as an example. Because there was a time when all of my friends on YouTube were bashing you and saying that you were a pedophile and a sex crazed person with like sexual abuse and bullshit. Okay? On women. They said that about you. Credible people. People that I love and trust. Credible people said this about you. Markers, if I can change your mind today, by God, listen to me. You know why I didn't listen to them? You know why I was getting emails and contacts and communication that you were some bad person and I should block you from my channel? I made you a moderator. Because I knew in my heart that that wasn't true. I knew in my heart, in my intuition, in my mind, in my being, that that was not true about you. Because I could see the passion in your poetry. I could see the man and the heart you were. I could see the loving person you were. I could feel this beautiful, romantic, loving, honest, unselfish, giving energy from you. I could also sense brilliance from you. I don't know you personally. I've never met you, and I've never had a conversation with you, like in person. But do you see that I know that about you? I know that about you, markers, because of who the fuck I am. I know truth when I see it. And I went against mainstream information. And I did what I did for Trump today. I said, prove it. Send me facts that Markers is this person. Send me facts. Show me that what you're saying about him is fucking true. Guess what? Nobody could. Nobody could send me shit about you, Markers. Nobody could send me fucking one shred of proof. And I did that so they could think what they were saying had no ground. I did that so they could think for themselves that you're listening to other rumors. You're not thinking for yourself. You're not thinking. You're just going based off of another reader that maybe has something against Markers. Look, I know you even though I've never met you. I know you. And I'm very firm in that belief because I seek the truth. All right? Trust me on this. It is the same thing with Donald Trump. There's rumors and there's bullshit and there's some things that may be half-truths and there's some things he did that wasn't great. But I know that man. Somehow in my heart, I know that man. And trust me, with the same discretion and intuition that I used for Markers, I used for the president. And I know that it seems credible, all the shit that's being said about him, but it's not. It's not credible. There has to come a point in time where you need to trust your intuition. There comes a point when you need to trust your heart, that you're not being led by others, and you're not letting others think for you. You're thinking for yourself. If I didn't think for myself, I would have listened to some very good YouTube friends that have channels. I would have been flighty in my certainty. I would have been uncertain in my foundation. And I would have blocked Markers because I would have trusted them or believed them. But I didn't. And I told them, I love you and I love Markers. I love you both. But I have to trust my intuition on this one. I have to trust my foundation. And I hope you know how important it is to have a foundation, to have yourself grounded with the truth so you can make these big decisions. Yeah, see, they did it to hurt me. And I knew they were, and they were being vicious. And my intuition says there was a male that was jealous of you behind all of it. Markers, and I don't know your situation, but there's something inside of me that says there was a male person that had a jealousy or a hate towards you. Maybe it was a racist thing, maybe it was an ageist thing, maybe it was a spiritualist thing, I don't know. But somebody started something against you because whatever the fuck, okay? And see, Markers is alone because people come against you. Markers, people come against me. People come against me like they did here on this channel too. They come against me. Half the time I feel alone. Half the time I feel alone. It was a girl, probably with a masculine energy, acting like a man. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, being alone is sometimes the best thing. I love being alone because I'm not influenced by other people. I am not influenced by other people. I stand firm in my beliefs. I bury myself in research. I follow my intuition all the time, all the time, all the time. Anyways, I also feel, just real quick, I also feel I know people, okay? I just know people because I understand people. I understand why people do bad things. I understand and sympathize. I understand hurt people hurt people. I understand jealousy, and I understand all of that. I also understand forgiveness. I also understand love is the greatest power. And as angry as I may get at you, Kim, as angry as I may get and call you a bitch and this and that, excuse me, and please forgive me, I have a mouth. I may run off at the mouth because Aries people run off at the fucking mouth. But when I reflect and I get out of my heated, passionate moment of anger, I do reflect. And I have to sit back and calm that ass down and realize there's a reason why you said that. There's reasons, and I have to get grounded. And that's why the Strength card is so fucking hard for Aries. Because you have to control your temper. You have to control your rage. You have to control your mind. You have to balance your shadow side and the good side of you, right? The light side of you. It's very hard. It's so hard. It's not easy. And I struggle with it every day. The same as you did, Kim, and anybody else. The best we can do is say, I love you. And, sorry for that passionate moment. But that's strongly how I feel. And sometimes the way people express themselves is through anger or passion or poetry or music or debating. People express themselves in different ways. So I express myself with passion. But that's how I was created. Some people express themselves through written word, and I think that's beautiful. Some people express themselves passionately, painting. Some people express themselves in music, playing a guitar, playing a piano. That could be all their passion, on the piano. So I appreciate everyone's different ways of expression, but this is the way I express myself. So anyways, Aries, since I am an Aries, I can talk about that. Maybe today was a show for what you have to put up with. Maybe today was some kind of resignation for you that you have to put up with battles. You have to put up with bullshit. You have to fight by yourself. You have to always defend yourself. Aries people may feel like they're always defending themselves. Defending. Right? And that may be what you're suffering with. Your masculine is just very disconnected spiritually. Okay? And let's just get an example here of that. Spirit, show me what this masculine is feeling in this disconnection. Turn your cheek. I wish I could be Jesus, but an Aries person, I'll turn my cheek, get bitch slapped, and then go in hard. I'll turn my cheek. You can smack this one and the left one, and then I'm going to come at you. I'm sorry, I had to make a joke out of it, but really that's how some people are, I can take a hit. Really. I can take a hit and come back swinging. But let's go ahead and get what this masculine wants to say. And by the way, this is probably why I love Trump, because he's a lot like me. Someone said, you sound like Trump. Well, yeah, and I fucking love it. I fucking love Trump because he's real and he's genuine, and that's how the fuck I am. So I'm like, yeah. Yeah, he's like me. He's real, and I may not sound pretty. If I was on stage in a political debate, I wouldn't sound very pretty. I wouldn't have, coy, poise. I would come off probably very disgraceful if they were to judge me. Who knows what they would say? But just like Trump, you know what I would tell the media? I don't actually give a shit. You think I'm trash, you think I'm low life, you think I'm ghetto, you think I'm uneducated, you think I'm an idiot, whatever. Go ahead, say what you want. Guess what? I don't give a shit. Fuck you. And that's how Trump is. I don't care. Fuck you. It doesn't affect us the way it would affect someone soft. See, someone soft would get really affected. Oh my God, oh my God. Someone said they don't like me. Someone said this about me. I feel terrible. I feel bad about myself. But not me. It ain't I feel bad about myself. It's I feel bad for you because you have no brain. And I'm sitting here teaching you shit from a ghetto podium. Yeah, I'm ghetto. Okay, cool. Well, you're poised and you still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know? It was funny. I would never run for president, but some people, just friends probably, Steph, you should run for president. I would fucking love to. I would be another Trump. I would be another fucking Trump. A woman Trump, a native Latina Trump, but I would be a Trump. And I would definitely bring back some hard-hitting power in this country. For sure. For sure. I would. And it would be good. It would be good for people. It would be very nice. And, you know, whatever. I'm for the people. I ain't for no political bullshit-ass fucking party. And in my opinion, all these old-ass mofos in office need to get the F out. Get the F out. What did you do? What did you do in all these years? Because everybody here watching doesn't like the foster care system. Everyone here watching doesn't like the taxes. Everyone here watching, do you like your park? Do you go to your park and enjoy it? I lived in Brooklyn, New York. Don't fucking tell me you like your park. And I ain't talking Central Park in Manhattan. And that's even still fucked up. But I'm talking the parks in Brooklyn. Every time I took my children to a little park, a neighborhood park, I had to pick up needles, drug needles, at the bottom of the slides, under the swing set, around the wood chips, and by the sidewalks and the benches. I did. I had my 2 children in a double stroller, and I would park my stroller, and I would have a bag, and I would pick up the needles at the park so I could let them play. Because you can't just send your kids to the park because they might fall on a diseased needle. Okay? You have to clean the park before you let your kids out. Are you fucking happy with that? Why don't you go talk to your governor? Check if they're Democrat or Republican. Not that I care about parties, but check. And the only reason I said Democrat or Republican because most of the cities that are Democrat ran, their parks look like shit. And that's a fact. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I have something to believe that the money does not go to the parks. It just doesn't. Here in Colorado, I go to the parks and they're neglected. The grass isn't green. The water fountains aren't running. The bathrooms are closed. The weeds are overtaking the grass. It looks like shit. All right? I go down our streets and the medians in between the streets look like shit. There's weeds, there's ugly ass trees, brown grass. You know, it looks fucking ugly. All right? Because our governor is not taking care of our streets and our parks. And when I asked them about it, they said the money, they just don't have enough funding to go to the parks. But you have enough funding to pad some Department of Education business graduate's ass. So let me get this straight, Governor Polis. You don't have enough fucking money to water the fucking grass at the park and open up a water fountain, but you have enough fucking money to pay the Department of Education board member $500 fucking $1,000 a year. Excuse me, I think that's a little bit excessive. You know why the fuck it's excessive? Because my dad, who is a college graduate at Boulder State and an engineer with NASA, doesn't even fucking make $500,000 a fucking year. And he's been working for them for about, what is it now? 25 fucking years. 25 fucking years, and he's not making $500,000 a year. 25 fucking years in a corporate business, and he's not fucking making what a 35-year-old Board of Education member went to school for business with an associate's is making. And excuse me, but do you know where my brain goes? Why would the government pay this person that much money? Why? And the first thing that comes to my mind is this. They're funneling money. They're funneling it, washing it, laundering it, and she fucking knows about it. The $1 million per school that goes into the schools every year, and that's another video, you already heard that one. They're funneling it. They're taking that money, patting everyone else's ass, and they're paying off the Board of Education members who went to school for business and money to say, shh, don't say anything. You get a very hefty salary, a very, 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 very hefty salary. Don't say shit to the people about where the money is going. Just grab the money for the school, put it in specific areas, take the rest of the money and deposit it over here in this account and shut up. Don't say shit. Keep your mouth closed and you'll be paid very well. That's a bribe. That's a fucking bribe. And that's what the fuck's going on. And the same thing with the parks. They're saying they're getting all this money for your parks, but it's not going to the parks. They're spending the bare minimum. They're probably sending prison inmates to go out and clean up the park once a month. Where's the fucking money, guys? We got to ask our government, where's the money? And who knows about this? Who knows about the money, guys? Who's been in power for 40 plus years? Biden, Pelosi, McCain. Okay? The Bushes, Romneys, the Clintons. They know where the money's going. They know. They all know. They all know. And you know what's even more weird? Their kids. Hillary Clinton's daughter, what's her name? Chelsea Clinton. She makes, I guess it was like $1 million a year, more than the president. You know, our presidents, doesn't matter who is the president, our presidents right now, Obama, whoever the fuck, their salary is $400,000 a year, maybe a little more, but it's about $400,000 a year. Plus, of course, they get all the perks. But that's the most important position in our country. And they're making $400,000 a year. Less than the Board of Education member. Less than Chelsea Clinton. What the fuck is going on here? Also, what's her name? The girl that was with, I can't think of her name. The sex trafficking scandal with Orgy Island. What is her fucking name? I don't know. She's under fire right now. She's going to go to court. I forgot her fucking name. She's got short brown hair. I'm sorry. I cannot think of her name for the life of me right now. That woman that's going to court right now. She was like besties with Chelsea Clinton. What the fuck? Right? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. So she was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding? Yep. Oh, so she was at the beach with Chelsea Clinton? Maxwell, there you go. She was at the beach with Chelsea Clinton, like hugging and kissing with cute little bathing suit cover-ups at a beach? I mean, that's pretty bestie. I don't even have pictures like that with my bestie. They're close. And you want to know what's even more weird? Chelsea Clinton married George Soros's nephew. That's even more weird. So, like, now you start connecting the dots. What the fuck is actually going on with all of this fucking money? By the way, like I said, Chelsea Clinton makes millions of dollars a year for doing nothing. And when Obama was in office and Clinton was in his administration, she was giving Chelsea all this money. Do you guys you want to hear the cool part of that? Guess where that fucking money was coming from? Taxpayer dollars. Yep. You heard it. That millions of dollars is taxpayer dollars. That's the kids of these people. They're getting paid your taxes, guys. They're getting paid your taxes. What the fuck? And nobody's like talking about it. No one's upset. No one's talking about it on the media. No one's fucking talking about this. Now, Hunter Biden just came up. And I have a theory, but I don't know. but he's getting paid $150,000 a month, taxpayer dollars. $150,000 a month. By the way, don't tell me the Bidens have anything in common with the people because they're rich as fuck. Anyways, moving on. He makes $150,000 a month doing what? And they have some theory where it's like, well, he supports the administration in whatever way, or he takes care of this donation department. He works for the government. He has a special position. Hold the fuck a minute. So if I go work for the government, can I get paid $150,000 a fucking month? A month. How much is that a year? Hello, over $1 million. $1 million in taxpayers' dollars. $1 million in tax. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. I can't get over the children of these entitled ass brats getting all this money. Entitled ass brats. Yeah, they're going to prove it, Markers. I don't know what's going on, but there is an investigation, and they're going to figure this shit out. The investigation I do know about was when Haiti had the earthquake. If you guys remember the Haiti earthquake, I don't know if it was 2008 or 11 or what the fuck, but Haiti had a huge earthquake. And all those people were displaced. Children went missing. Those children were put into sex trafficking. Also, sacrifices. Walnut sauce, okay? Lots and lots of walnut sauce from those children. They were sold and whatever to make money. Organs, body parts, things like that. Terrible. It's terrible, terrible. But the worst part, and I saw the actual interview of a Haitian man, and he was speaking on his own camera, sending messages to, I don't know where, but it was public. It was in news. They took it off the news really quick, though. It was like he was on the news for like 24 hours, and then they ripped it off. But this man, I saw the interview. He was a Haitian political person. He was heading the group for the Red Cross for Haiti at the time. And Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and part of the administration for Obama, headed a department of donations for the Red Cross. And she was collecting millions of dollars of donation money for Haiti. She showed up to Haiti on a helicopter, landed on the helicopter pad, went to a resort. She didn't get on ground and go like where the actual earthquake was, where the homes were damaged. They had no power, no water. People were in the streets. She didn't go there. She went to a resort and kind of broadcasted for CNN that she was in Haiti getting money and donations for the people. Well, turned out she got all the money. And this is proven. You can check on this. She got the money and she never gave it to them. I'm very upset about that. The man that was heading the Red Cross, the Haitian man that was expecting a visit from Hillary, he expected to meet Hillary in person. He expected to have a meeting with our administration to help fund the disaster that happened. And he said he never met her. She showed up and left, and the money never made it to them. She went there for a political stunt. She went there to show she was there and left within 24 hours. She never met them. She never gave them the money. And still to this day, they never got it. But children went missing. There was some sick trafficking that came up. You know, the media kind of dropped off a cliff after that one. And anyways, the man kept speaking out on YouTube and other forms of media saying, where's our money? I don't care what happened. We just need it. You know, he wasn't even speaking against her. He was speaking highly of her. He said, she came here. She was supposed to give us the money. We don't have it. We need it. What's going on? He was trying to reach out. The money never came, guys. The money never came. It disappeared. And this subject was brought up when Trump was debating for president in the very first run for president 4 years ago. This subject did get brought up when he was debating Hillary. But as typical, CNN and Fox shut and silenced the story. Every time he would bring it up, they would silence it. It just wasn't talked about. But he knows about it, and it's still a fucking problem. It's still a fucking problem. And it's said with all of the shit that went down with her emails and all of the administration's phones being wiped out, which is like unheard of, and the money that went missing, everyone thought they were going to lock her up or she was going to get in trouble for these things, but she never did. She never got in trouble. She never got called out. I think she got put in Congress for like a week, interviewed, and you could see it on C-SPAN. They questioned her about all this, but the proof they needed was on her emails and on her phone, which was wiped out. And they could never retrieve it because of the fucking phone that she bleached. And Congress said that her phone was bleached. And her computers, and if you guys remember what happened, when they were investigating her, she called her assistant, which was married to Podesta. I forgot her name. Hubanani or what was her name? Hubanan? I don't know. She had brown hair, brown eyes. She was married to Podesta. She told her to wipe her computer clean, bleach it. They actually got a hammer. They got a hammer and smashed the phone. So by the time the investigations all were through, they didn't have any physical evidence. Hillary made sure of that shit. Made sure there was no physical evidence. But we still have the interview from that man in Haiti. And you want to know what's even more weird? The man that was calling her out from Haiti, that wasn't even speaking bad about her, he was saying, where's the money? He ended up dead. He committed suicide. As one of the many other people that committed suicide. Okay? Because they know shit. They know shit. And I'm not bashing people. I'm saying the administration, this corrupt system that these people know about. They know where the money's going. They know. They know where the fucking money's at. Oh, I'm sexy? Thanks, markers. So they know, guys. And they're not fucking talking to us about it. No one's fucking talking about it. No one. Not even Trump. I see him up there debating, and I'm like, talk about this. Talk about this. Bring it up. I don't know if he's been instructed not to bring it up or what the fuck. But it needs to get brought the fuck up. And I'm like, why is no one... It drives me insane, guys. It drives me insane. And so there's all this money, and it's being funneled, and nobody knows where it's going. It sure as shit isn't going to America. I don't know where the fuck it's going. So let me tell you. Let me tell you this. I don't know what's going on in our world, guys. I don't have all the details, but I see the trail. I see a trail of corruption. I see a trail of lies. I see it, and there's something behind it, okay? And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And I know if there's ever been a time to get to the bottom of it, it's now. Because Ketu just went through Saggi and Vedic, which is about bringing out the truth. Now Ketu's going into Scorpio. Woohoo! Ketu's going into Scorpio, baby. And what does that mean politically? It means that the secrets and the lies and the bullshit, it's coming out. They're going to get fucking ousted. We're going to find out so much shit in the next 18 and a half months. Your heads are going to spin. Your heads are going to fucking spin. Because now that we have a powerhouse in Scorpio, oh my God. Yeah, heads are going to roll. Heads are going to roll. There's going to be death. There's going to be political scares. There's going to be assassination scares. There's going to be truth coming out. There's going to be people ousted. Secrets are going to come out. Proof is going to come to the surface. You bet your little hairy beanbags it is. I fucking know it. We're going to find some shit out. We may not find everything out, but we're going to find some shit out. I can promise you that. I do know this. There's corruption with our taxpayer dollars. And it's not necessarily the president's fault. I'm not blaming Obama, and I'm not blaming Trump, and I'm not blaming the presidents, but they know something. They fucking know something, man. They know something. Now, Trump is kind of alienated. The politicians don't like to kind of welcome him in the circle. One, he's not part of Skull and Bones. And that's a whole nother video. But the Bushes, the Clintons, everyone went to school and they were involved in the Skull and Bones. It's a special group. It's a special little cult. and they share secrets about power and money and ancient knowledge and things like that. There's secrets there. It's very sexual also, okay? But he's not welcomed into that group because he wasn't part of that group. So they don't share everything with him. Kind of like, what is it called? The Freemasons. You know how they have their little group? That's kind of like the Skull and Bones, like the Freemasons, okay? And he's not welcomed into that group because he didn't take an oath. He doesn't have promises. Also, they don't have dirt on him. Now, I don't want to name names because YouTube's probably going to freak out. But there was a president in the 80s. I'm not naming names. You have to figure this out for yourself. They blackmailed him with some very sexual shit. He was part of the Skull and Bones. And it involved sexual interactions with animals. Dogs, to be specific. Okay, so there was dogs. Sex with dogs involved. And I will tell you this. He was not who you thought he was. Everyone praised him. This was the 80s, 1980s, okay? Everyone praised him. They don't know who the fuck they were dealing with. He was corrupt, but he looked like an angel. He looked like an angel to the media, but he wasn't an angel. He was not a fucking angel. And he also had, he didn't have sex with children, but he was into animals and women, and even a man once, from what I've read. And this is all down low. This is all down low. People that come out saying they were part of that circle that are talking about this now because he's dead. All right. But I'm going to tell you this. It was sick. And that's how the government, which is another mask for the sick power in our world, but they blackmail people by getting them high, getting them involved in a cult, and blackmailing them. They have dirt on angels. You see what I'm saying? They have dirt on angels. And it also, yeah, it happens in rap as well. A lot of rap artists will talk about this shit. But they kind of make presidents their puppets. And this is the shit the normal, average American people don't know about. Normal, average Americans don't know about what I'm talking about. This is not mainstream. This is deep state. This is deep investigative knowledge. So, anyways, that's why I stand where I stand, and this is what's wrong with our system even today. I don't know if it's as bad as it was then, but I know shit still goes on. And I know the people that were in power in the 80s, a lot of them are still in power. Okay? A lot of them still are alive and have a say in politics. Okay? They're all still around. They know. Even, it doesn't matter what side, Republicans and Democrats alike, they know. And so it's our job as a people to kind of research and figure this shit out so we know who we're fighting. Okay? You know who you're fighting. It's gross, it's sick, and it's sad, and it's very hard to believe. It's very, very, very hard to believe. But these are the things that happen to people. And you and me are so blessed that we never got brought into this world like that, like those people. The people that were raped, the people that were sex trafficked, the people that were used as political pawns, the people that were born, bred, and raised incestually to be in power, they were dragged in to a system against their will and indoctrinated. And I feel we are so grateful that we are not in that energy. Thank God, thank God, thank God we're not. Some of us that are watching, maybe you are. But the stories that I've read and the people that I've read their books and I've heard their interviews, again, I tell you I have a very strong intuition. I know when people are bullshitting and lying, and I know when they're not. I'm going to keep this little story short and then I'm going to end it. There was a woman, and I'm going to recant her experience. She was incestually born. She was abused. sexually since she was an infant. Her father used his penis as a bottle as she was an infant to arouse himself sexually and start to breed her and, how do you say, handle her. Her father did this as a baby with no teeth, putting his penis in her mouth. Okay, I know it's graphic, but this is what I've read. This is how deep I research. She was then raped at 2 and 3 years old. The mother knew about it. The mother knew, and she would be raped. And the mother was also ancestrally brought into this group, and her father was also ancestrally brought in this group. Yeah, 170 minutes trigger. We're gonna have to mark that. They were groomed. There's the word. They were groomed. So her mother and her father were groomed, and before them, they were groomed. So she was groomed. Her siblings were also groomed. So her uncle was also doing this to her. She would sit around a bonfire. I'm telling you what I've read and the interview. I've heard her and I've read her book. And I know her to be true because I'm an intuitive and I'm a psychic. I'm going to fucking say it. And I know she's telling the truth. They would sit around a bonfire, and her uncles, grandpa, and dad and friends would rape them, her and her brother. They would sit these little children on their laps. And if this is tough to hear, I apologize. It's tough to read. It's tough to listen to. It's tough to understand this is what the fuck happens in our country. This is just one story of billions. But they would sit them on their lap and rape them front and back and orally. And she recants this very often in her childhood. She never had a birth certificate. She never had a social security. She was born and bred into this grooming to be part of a political sex trafficking ring. Okay? When she was of the age of about 8, she was bought by another handler, took her out of the family, and she was passed around to political people in power. American, Indian, not Indian, not Indian, Arab kings. And you know Arab kings and princes are usually very old. When they say there's an Arab prince, usually he's about 50 or 60. He's no handsome 20-year-old Arab prince. He's an old ass, okay? This little girl was passed around to an Arab prince. This is the 80s. Presidents in our country, governors in our country, police officers in our country. And I'm not going to name names because I know how YouTube works. But I'm just going to say the 80s, people that were in power became president and were president. She was passed around. There was one particular governor that put her in the woods. This is part of a Skull and Bones bullshit, Bohemian Grove bullshit. She also went to Bohemian Grove to be raped by more people in power. But she was shot at, beaten to a pulp, told to run naked in the woods. So this big 6-foot pot belly governor who was about 230 pounds overweight could hunt her down with a gun, grab her in a net naked, drag her through the dark woods. This is the things you only see in horror movies. Drag her through the dark woods in a net because he felt empowered like a hunter. Took her into his country cabin in the Ozarks and beat that little girl and raped her till she almost died. For 3 days, she didn't eat or drink. She was raped and beaten. She survived that. She went to a Catholic school. Also, they put her in a Catholic school where the people would rape her there. The priest, she saw the mayor. She remembers going to school at the Catholic school, and the mayor came into town, and there was a little parade. It was a little small town in rural America. And she was told to meet the governor and the mayor and the priest of the school. The mayor came in the parade, and the little schoolgirls would be on the float, waving at the people in the crowd, waving American flags, having this cool little, parade. She was taken to the back to where the priest that had already raped her and done stuff to her gave her to the mayor. The mayor went into the office, made her give him oral, and then raped her over the desk. And she said she was about 10, okay? She had been through hell since the moment she was born. I'm sorry, but to feel her pain is very painful. And I start shaking again because I feel it. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what she went through. I can't imagine. I'm sorry. But this happens. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I've got to pull it together. But these are the things that you read and you know are true. And, excuse me. She was passed around through the political parties, okay? There was a governor at the time of Arkansas, no names mentioned, who also raped her multiple times, and she was taken in an airplane, a private airplane, smuggling drugs also. Not only was she used for sex, she was used to smuggle cocaine from south of the border to an Air Force base here in America in her body. As she grew older into her teens, enduring numerous accounts of what I've just described, losing all trust in the police and our government because she said the police were against her. Anytime she would try to ask for help, nothing. No one would help her, so she just did what the fuck they said because she met so many people in power, governors, mayors, princes, kings, queens, presidents, okay? There was nowhere for her to go. Nowhere for her to go. She was part of a political drug and sex trafficking ring, okay? I've got to hurry up with this story. Sorry, just... She was tattooed as she was older on her vaginal area. It was very satanic in form. I think it was a picture of the devil, okay? Or some kind of a witch's face. They got a burner, like a marker, like a, you know how they sear cattle? They marked her vaginal area and seared her like cattle to show she was part of this ring, okay? She was also passed off to a woman that was the wife of a very powerful man, no names, but he was a governor and a president. She was passed off to her and another woman in which in her teens had to perform oral on the woman. And she was brought in like cattle, told she had to do a job to do it. It was a sick, cultish kind of thing. I don't know, you know? Anyways, that's just amongst many things. In her little life, she became pregnant, had a child who was also groomed into this sex trafficking ring. Her beautiful little girl was raped as well as an infant and taken into this ring. And she had witnessed her baby taken from her the moment of birth. And she knew that she was being groomed, but she knew no better. She didn't know what to do about it. She just was a very young mom herself and didn't know how to be a mom. She never had one. She would travel with her little girl in the plane to these political places of power, to the Prince of Saudi Arabia, here in America though, but he would fly over, to governors, to presidents. There was one particular very famous president, again, I can't mention names right now. He's a very influential president, and his children, even one of them became president. That's all I will say. He raped her little girl, who I believe was 4 at the time. They went to the White House again. Many times she had been there. And her little girl went in there and she knew what was going to happen with that president. She came out violated, as she probably had been many times before in her little life. After that, multiple times of abuse. She was told to sleep with another political power who was so sick and twisted. He knew that this woman had a little girl, and he wanted to have a threesome with the woman and her little girl at the same time. I cannot imagine. I can't imagine this poor woman. Oh, and that poor little girl. I can't imagine the things they did and what she described as a horror film. A horror film. And how that man wanted her to have and perform oral on her daughter while he was behind her. Can you imagine? I can't. I'm done. I'm done. There are so many horrible stories of the in-depth interviews and recounts of what happened that I can't even continue to tell you. I can't even continue. But all I will tell you, which is what I'm allowed to say, is that this woman had met and been abused by a woman that is still in power today and acts like an angel. And the people that are her abusers, some of them are still alive, in office. The other ones are dead, thank God. But some of them are still in office. And these are her stories. And they are brushed under the rug. Mainstream media will not talk about this. You will never hear about this. You have to find these people through YouTube. You have to find these books in the deep internet. You have to find these interviews, these logs, you have to find them. You have to see the tears, and you have to trust your intuition. I trust my intuition. You see my authenticity. You know my heart. You know my abilities. You know that I know when someone's a bullshitter and when someone is not. That person in that account is not fake. She had a lot of details about the people she was with, the places she went, the Air Force bases she was at, the Oval Office, the rooms, the pictures, the people. She knew too much for her age and her condition. She knew too much. There is no way that woman was lying, no way at all. The way she talked about Satanism, sex trafficking, her family, where she grew up, what happened, who sold her, the towns she lived in, the people. She knew too much. There's no way, and I know in my intuition, there's no way she's lying. I'm telling the truth. And that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with, people. I swear to God, that's what we're dealing with. And The reason that I am for Trump is because he is not a part of that affiliation. He may not be a saint. I am not a saint. But he is not a part of that sick club of political power. He's actually cracked down harder on sex trafficking than any other president in history. History. The people that he is giving power to crack down on sex trafficking are coming out crying because they're finding out more and more information about this sick political sex trafficking ring than you've ever heard about. And you're never going to really know what's really going on until it's all done with. When it's all done with, you'll hear what really was going on and the corruption in our country. You'll hear about it, and it will involve Canada, it will involve Europe, it will involve a lot of different places. It will be ousted. And I believe with Ketu and Sagittarius, maybe this is the time. I'm sorry, Ketu and Scorpio. Well, and he just came out of Sag. But this is the time. This is the time for these secrets to come out. And as you can see, even on my channel here, I do tarot. I have nothing to do with politics. But I can bear my heart to you here. And even with me, the esoteric, the mysticism, the spiritual side is speaking out, which is Ketu and Scorpio. Speaking out about these hidden secrets, these dark things that people don't know about. And just as I'm coming out, more people will come out. And maybe, just maybe, more people will start to listen and realize that we are fighting a very big fight. And it's not a political one. It's an evil one that we're fighting here. And it's been really hurting our planet. It's been hurting our people. And it happens. And I do stand with Donald J. Trump because he is not a part of the affiliation that I've just described to you. And I will not mention names, but there are people in support of the opposite side that are still a part of the sex trafficking and abuse that I've just mentioned. And this is why my heart so deeply is the way it is about this situation. And that's the best I can describe. The reason I'm so passionate about what I believe in and about my president and about how he's kind of the black sheep is because I know that our government is sick, literally sick and corrupt. And I'm actually very happy that none of them like him. Because if any of them liked him, I would fucking worry. If any of these sick fucks in the government liked our president, I would fucking worry. Because then he would be bosom buddies with them. But he's not. He's fucking not. Because he knows they're pigs. And he knows they know shit they need to talk about. And that's to go with the sick pedophile ring in Hollywood. That's a whole nother story for another day, isn't it? We all know it is. So there's a lot of sickness that we have to deal with. And I do believe with Ketu going into Scorpio, we're going to deal with it. Okay? So, Aries. People that are keeping secrets, not telling you everything. There's more to the situation than meets the eye. I hope today my reading did something for your heart. I had some ups and I had some downs in this reading. I had shitty moments of myself and I had good moments of myself. I'm human. We all have it. Shadow, light, we all have it. I just hope that you follow your heart and your intuition on what the greater good is. So, don't be disconnected like your masculine Aries from spirit. Don't be disconnected from your intuition. Don't be blindsided. Don't be used. Don't be misled. Even if you have to fight completely alone, even if you have to fight alone, you will fight alone because you know the greater good. You know you're fighting the good fight. Okay? And yeah, a lot of people wonder how do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night knowing this? I have these discussions with my mom. I try to have them with my aunt. Some of it's too graphic and they can't even hear a lot of the details. like I can. I had my mom read one of the books I was reading, and she had to stop. She said, please, it's not that I don't care, it's that I can't read anymore because the horror is too great for my mind to handle. Somehow I'm able to handle and endure these disgusting details. Somehow I'm able to endure that. And I think God gave me the endurance so I could talk about it. So I could express with my tears and my heart and my words, honestly and genuinely with people. I only wish somebody running for president could cry as I do and talk as I do, as openly as I do about these topics. Because I think if the people saw someone on stage really crying and feeling what I'm feeling, they would touch a lot more lives. And it needs to happen. It needs to happen. We need to feel it. We need to know it. We need to know it's real. We need to fight together. We need to be smarter together. And we need to question authority. There's no reason why any of us should be just taking whatever they say on TV as, yeah, that's truth. We're just going to do it. We have to really trust our instinct on that one. So don't go in blindly. Don't listen to mainstream media. I think that's the best advice I can give you. If you do listen to mainstream media or people that talk on the news, you know, find the right person that kind of resonates with you. Find a person that you know is fighting the good fight and trying to speak the truth. Try to find, they're very rare. They're very rare, but try to find someone that at least is as passionate as you are about your beliefs. And, you know, trust your intuition on if they're being real or not about it. See how they talk. Check their eyes. Check the way they present themselves. Check how, if they're fake or not. Check if they're being paid to say what they're being paid to say or not. You can tell when someone's a puppet because you can sense the lack of genuine energy from them. I do. When someone talks, I can tell if they're being fake, if they're a robot, if they're indoctrined, if they're lost, if they're wearing a mask. I can tell. Anyways, it's a gift. It's a gift I have. Probably my curse as well. Yes, hashtag save the children. Save people. Save people. There's men that were also put in that traffic ring. There's men, 21, 22, still trafficked because they were groomed. There's a lot of people that are hurt. And it's up to us light workers, us intuitives, to be authentic and see the light in the world. And I believe people that are truly psychic, people that are truly intuitive, and they're light workers, I believe that you will find the light and you will see the truth with your eyes closed. I believe that. I believe you guys, if you saw things from a fresh perspective, you would see it too. I believe that the veil will be lifted. And whether you're religious or not, I'm just going to say a prayer as I close this reading. Lord, please help those that are watching this channel right now, those that are watching and viewing my channel, whether they like what I say or not, have their eyes opened. Send your archangels, send your warriors, send your messengers through music, through movies, through friendships, through voices like mine on YouTube, through mail, through dreams, through inner knowings, through flashings of reality that is not seen physically with this real eyes, but in their mind, as a psychic vision
Open the eyes of those that are hearing and watching this today. I pray that you use whatever and whoever you can to penetrate their hearts, to chisel away at the stone that has been encasing their mind from mainstream media, from people that don't know what they're talking about, that preach a good sermon, that are liars. I pray that you chisel away at their mind and open their mind, penetrate their mind and their hearts, open their eyes. May they see what I see. May they feel what I feel. And may they know what I know to be true. And may you keep revealing the truth. And I pray, God, that the world will know the truth, that these deep, dark secrets will come out, because I know that what is done in the dark will always come to the light. And a lie may have speed, but a truth has endurance. And we will endure with the truth, and we will overcome the devil. We will overcome the evil. We will overcome the oppression. We will heal the sick, mend the wounded, and we will be together as a strong people, as a nation of one on this planet, protecting our earth, protecting our children, protecting our brothers and sisters from the evil that wants to devour their minds and their hearts and use them as slaves to ensure their power. And I pray that the power that is in power that is evil will fall. It will fall and crumble down hard to the ground like the tower card. That their evil ways will be known. That it doesn't matter how many phones, computers, or cameras or emails have been destroyed. That the truth will come out from the voices of those that speak the light. And they will not be stopped. And they will be protected. And they will keep fighting for the people, for the children, and for the innocent. And they will be in pursuit of happiness and security, and they will succeed and they will win. And I pray that everyone here watching will feel that with a fire in their hearts like never before, and that eyes will be opened, ears will start hearing. I pray that everyone watching will be awoken. I pray that now that your power is with them, your mighty energy is with them, and that a fierce Mars-like power will stir in their soul to turn their back to the lies, to turn their back to the deceit. They will not be ensnared by the lies of the devil, for he is a very, very good and talented liar. He has a silver tongue, and he is attractive, and he is appealing, and his ways are very sneaky. But I know that the people with light in their hearts and God in their hearts will see past his bullshit, and they'll call him out in whatever form he stands in. They'll call him out. They'll call him by his name and say, back to the pits of hell where you belong. We're taking over. Light is taking over. Peace is taking over. Goodness is taking over. The power and authority of the good in this world is going to heal and take over the evil and darkness and destruction. It is our time. It is our time to restore the balance. It is our time to do our healing. It is our time to speak the truth. It is our time to protect. It is our time to rise. It is our time to be righteous. It's our time. Judgment is here, and let that hour pass. Let judgment come and pass. Those who are dark, I say to you now, it will be known. Those of you that have those dark secrets, it will be known. With every fiber in my being and all the power that I have, I know it will happen. And I pray that we all can come together and fight together and stop debating this bullshit between red and blue, but fight as a people. A new party will rise, the party of the people that stand up against tyranny and injustice We will rise. It is our time. Amen. So that is my prayer to us, for us. And I just pray that we do come together and fight for these people and fight for these babies and fight for our planet and fight for the good in this world that is left. And the only very important duty you have is to protect your ears and to protect your eyes and your brain and your mind from the indoctrination that's trying to control the power that you have. Because the truth is, they really can't control the light. When it shines, it casts out the darkness. So let you, each of you, every one of you that is watching this channel today, be filled with light so you can start casting out the darkness. And may every lie that's told to you, and may every lie that's been spoken to you and you've seen, may you call it out, may you know. May that lie be shown to you in some beautiful, spiritual way. May every lie that's been shown to you just show itself to you. I'm praying that that's what's going to happen. Okay, so as we end this reading here, I'll go ahead and get an oracle for the sign of Aries. I'm sorry it's been a long-ass fucking reading. Shit. I didn't intend for it. I didn't intend for it to go political. But you guys, we got to go with the flow. I can't come in on a reading and plan some shit and make it happen the way I fucking plan it. I'm sorry. That's not my job. My job is to come here, pull cards, and feel a spiritual energy. I don't have control over the energy in the room. I don't have control over spirit coming in me and giving me words and messages and feelings and thoughts and ideas and speaking through me. I don't have control of that. I've asked to be a vessel and I will. And if it shows up in an annoying way, I apologize. But that's how it shows up. Okay? So let's go ahead and get this oracle card for the sign of Aries. Thank you so much for the compliment, Crystal E. And I am sorry, Kim, earlier for bashing you like that. I just get really heated in the moment, and I really did not mean to. And I do apologize, but I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Okay, let's go ahead and do this oracle. Come on, Spirit. Give me one for Aries. Give me an oracle card here for Aries. Please give me a message. Harmony. Harmony and balance comes out for you. Bottom of the deck, passion flower. Okay, harmony and balance, which is what we're stepping into. I love it. This is the Hawthorn, number 25. Okay. Stability and balance is for Aries today. It's indicated a return to center and a finding of a more harmonious relationship. You may find success is at hand for Aries, and that a challenge undertaken or a goal that you have will be achieved. Yes. Those undertaking study or academic work will achieve qualification or find recognition. The chance for a change of attitudes and decisions in your favor is forthcoming. So don't be too quick to move on just yet. Good news and good fortune are headed your way. If you have been in conflict, look forward to a much more peaceful time. That is a blessed message. After your very difficult reading, Aries, this Ten of Swords, it says, don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Fortune and blessings await you. I know it's hard and it's painful and it's very difficult to bear, whether it's about your children or your relationship or just you as a person. I know it's a fight, and they said conflict. You got the Five of Swords, which is what you're dealing with right now, conflict. This is a time of conflict, but don't give up, because it looks like success is going to be yours. We're going to go ahead and read balance for you. A return to center is needed. And and may be offered. Have you taken something too far, Aries? Or maybe not reached out enough? Now is the time to come back to a more harmonious and even place. Stability is what you should be focused on at the moment. And rash actions and decisions are to be tempered. Well, I'm that example. Now is the time to take a risk, the Fool card. But rather to step back. No, now is the time not to take a risk, but rather to step back and just see a little bit more about what transpires, because you may even need to get more rest because something big is about to happen. You may need to get away. You may need to get yourself grounded outside, outdoors somewhere, and get some peace. Find some retreat, because there's been so much going on in your life that it can almost wipe you out. I love it. Libra energy there, the scales. So for Aries, I think this is a time that you're going to find for the month of October to be getting outside, watching a fire roar, going out to a lake, watching the trees, seeing a sunset, feeling the energy of this beautiful Mother Earth. And you know, when I read all those terrible things and I get the gory details, I find peace because I'm so grateful that I don't have to deal with that life. I'm so grateful that I've seen beauty. And I know that I have to be a strong, happy, whole person. So if I ever encounter someone with horror stories like that, I can help them heal with my love. With the love that I have, I will help them heal. And because I'm so strong, I only wish I could have endured those things instead of those people, because I think I could have handled it better. So, anyways, Aries, if you can take anything from today, just be strong. Love yourself and get grounded, because you're a warrior and you can take things that a lot of people can't. And when you do vote, you remember the message I shared with you today, just a small piece. You remember the corruption, and just do me a favor, don't support big government. Don't ever support big government. And just pray and get grounded and trust your instincts. And because I think you're an angel sent here, you're an angel of light, always believe in yourself. You have to be strong, Aries. You have to be strong for them. You have to be a voice. You have to be a power. You have to fight for them. Just like Braveheart, you have to fight for the weak. They can't fight for themselves. A lot of moms are prayer warriors. You fight for your children because they can't fight for themselves. Right? A lot of people fight for other people because they can't. So you stand up for the weak, Aries. That's your job. That's why you were born. You stand up for those weak people, those innocents. You stand up for them. You rise for them. You fight for them. Because it could be you next lifetime. It could be you. You could be the one sex trafficked. You could be the one aborted. You could be the one lied about, misused, and had rumors spread. You could be the one. So you remember to fight for those that need you. You be part of the movement. Okay, honey. So I love you guys. That is the Aries reading. I'm going to give you one card. I'm going to go to the extended. Yeah. In the extended, which I'll probably finish tomorrow or maybe later tonight. I'm going to leave this here. I do want to get into what this new beginning looks like for Aries. So it looks like you're going to have to come with somebody from the past that you've been fighting against. You guys are going to get to move on. There's going to be a healing and there's going to be a moving on. There's going to be a great movement. between you and a soulmate that you guys have been having, obviously, a very hard time. And you're so tired of fighting by yourself for this relationship. If any of you Aries people have been fighting what feels like by yourself, I want to get the outcome of what that's going to look like, because you're almost ready to give up. But you're not. I see you're still doing it, but damn, it's the most difficult thing you've ever done. And we're going to see what's going to happen, the balance that's going to be restored, and the gifts and the transformation with death that's going to happen for you. I do feel like your relationship is going to be transformed. I do feel like whatever you did have with this person is dead and gone, but something new is going to come from this relationship. Maybe it's a friendship. Maybe it's a new set of rules. Maybe it's a new respect. Maybe it's a romantic relationship. Maybe it's a forgiveness. Maybe it's just a moving on. We have to see what's going on in the extended. But I do know that Aries is transforming it, and I do know that a very special divine relationship is going to be looked at again, and something's going to change. And I do know that your divine masculine, who is dealing with a very difficult past and is not connected to spirit, is going to go through a transformation with you. So in the extended, we're going to kind of get a look at what his transformation looks like. Okay, so I hope I see you on the other side. If you want to donate to my channel, you can. You can go to jks1111.com. There's different donations there. Or you can also subscribe to my continuation of these readings. It's all my extendeds. So you're going to get to see all the different extended videos for all the 12 zodiac signs. And I do an additional reading going deeper and further in for the Aries and all the other signs. So you can kind of see what the future outcomes tend to look like for the month of October. Okay, we're going to get some timing. We're going to get some signs talked about and see what's going on. So if you do want to dive in, it's $99 a month. It's a subscription. It supports me, but it also gives you the access to all the zodiac signs this month and every other month previous. You're going to get to see all of them. A lot of videos you're going to have access to. So it's a great support for me, and it's a great support for you. Extended readings are always great. They're always more than just 5 minutes, okay? They're usually a half hour or more in my extendeds.
Don't forget to turn on notifications. That way you never miss a video.
And my son wants to tell you something. Go ahead, come in.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. He says, don't forget to turn on notifications and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.
Click the like button and
Yeah.
leave a comment of
And don't forget to click the like button and comment, okay? So that's it. Also, if you guys are interested in reading tarot with me or learning about psychic abilities, you can go ahead and sign up for my tarot class that opens January 11th. It's 6 classes, and you can go ahead and sign up for that today at jks1111.com. That's it. I love you guys. Have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful day. Hopefully this reading didn't completely mess you up for the day, but I still hope it touched your heart at the very least. Thank you for watching. Thank you, moderators, for keeping the room wonderful, for being wonderful and being you and being my friend here on this channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone that's commented in the comments. Again, Kim, I am sorry for going off and being an Aries asshole. Please forgive me. I still love you, even though we differ in opinions, okay? And I just love everyone for watching me and commenting and sticking it out. 213 minutes. I still have 134 people watching, so thank you. You guys are great.
And let us know if we should do an a limited edition t-shirt.
I don't know where you got that from.
It's all over. Every single YouTuber does it.
My YouTubers don't follow kids' YouTube's t-shirt stuff.
I don't follow kids' YouTube videos.
Okay, whatever. All right, I love you guys. We're going to go. Have a blessed, beautiful one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween's a month away.
Still.
Okay, have a happy Halloween if I don't ever see you coming back. Bye, guys. Oh, gosh.